Yeah.
I'm addicted to the thrill. It's a dangerous love affair. Victories within the mile. Almost there, don't give a
So, you know what we're going to do? See you in Fayetteville. See you in Fayetteville. Hawks by night.
No side! Natty! Get the buzzer!
This
It
town
goes in! It's
tonight.
Now, entering Natty State Studio, the sports media palace of Mid-America, the Wolf of Center Street, here's your host, John Nabors.
And welcome in to the John Nabors Show, normally live from Natty State Sports Studios, but we are here at Tin Roof on Dickson Street. Going to be hanging out here until 6 o'clock this afternoon, so come on out and see us as they got great specials we're going to tell you all about. Also great vibes. Weather is really nice. Looks a little bit like it could rain, but it's going to miss us. It's not going to come here. Like this, the rain does not exist here. It's only good vibes and good weather that are going to be happening here at Tin Roof. So we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about today here on the show, but joining me, of course, is Andrew Ellis. Decided to match like me, so don't worry. I'm standing, though. That's
most
why.
important guest today, Andrew Ellis.
Yes, the most important one. That's what we start with, the headliner, and then we go into who comes in afterwards. And you probably recognize him. We got Austin Ledbetter as well as Jack Wagner. Austin of the football team, now formerly of the baseball team, but of course Wagner being part of the baseball team. Guys, and I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us for a little bit. How y'all doing?
Good, good.
Yeah.
Good, man. Thanks for having us out.
Yeah, so we'll start with you, Jack. How you feel like the season's been going, man? I know it's being a national seed in the running, leading the West is not too bad with 2 series left to go. But how you just feel like everything's going overall?
Yeah, it's been going really good. I feel like we're really starting to gel together. Obviously, kind of a tough weekend this past weekend in Kentucky, but we're not too worried about it and who we are as a team. I think we're getting going at the perfect time and get those bats heating up.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's been the biggest difference for you guys just from the beginning of the season to where it's been at right now, too?
Yeah, I mean, I would say as you go along a season, you start to gel more as a team. You start to, hang out more with the guys. And you get a little closer with that end goal of, being close and playing your best ball at the right time. I would say that's the biggest difference. Just, constantly getting better and evolving and going down that route,
Yeah. Well, Austin, how's the spring ball? I know it's ended, but it's kind of the lull right now on football side of things, right?
Yeah, we're done right now. We're just kind of, hanging out, working out, not doing too much, just trying to stay in shape for the summer. I'm really excited to get back to it. We had a really good spring. We had a lot of guys, show out and, do what they can do, and had a lot of guys step up, a lot of receivers, and also a lot of like DBs and linebackers, show what they can do. So it's been exciting, and I'm enjoying the process so far.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you honestly. You kind of miss baseball a little bit, like seeing the guys out there and everything. You kind of miss playing a little bit?
I do. I definitely miss, the guys, my teammates for sure, because, baseball is, it's those 40 guys, and you're super close. Like Stovall, Hagan, Diggs, Faherty, Brady. Like, I've been with those guys for, 3 years. And, those will be my best friends for the rest of my life. And I miss, playing baseball with those guys. But I'm excited about this new journey, and I know they're always going to have my back if I ever need them, in the end. Yeah, I do miss those guys.
I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to say it. When y'all win the College World Series, of course. I think they're going to have to owe you a ring. Kind of like when they do it in the NBA, if a player gets traded but they still give him a ring. Like, if they win a World Series, man, I think you still get a ring.
I'm going to be the most –
I don't hate that.
Yeah, I'm going to be the happiest guy on the planet for those guys because, I played in the fall with them, and I'm super excited for their success so far, and I'm enjoying it for them.
Yeah.
You probably didn't think 4 months ago that you'd be playing for Bobby Petrino. Probably was not on your radar. Just what's that been like, making that adjustment to football and now, being coached by someone that you probably grew up watching coach Arkansas?
Absolutely. It's been a great process. I love Coach Petrino. He's super detailed about everything. One of the smartest coaches I've ever been around. Treats everybody the same. He's just an overall great coach, great guy. And playing for DVH and Hobbs, and now for Coach Petrino and Pitman, it's been a blessing for me. And going down on the road for me, and it's going to be great for coaching opportunities and things like that in the future for me for both sports.
Is he as mean as everyone tries to make him out to be? Like, is he just, or he's just intense, you know?
He's a good coach.
That's okay. That's the best way to put
Good
it,
way
right
to put
there.
it.
Coach.
That's a good way to put it. Is there, again, this is really probably going way deeper than you even want to go, but is there some similarities with Petrino and Van Horn? Like, just as far as the
absolutely.
coaching approach and everything?
They're both, really old school. They go by the book, and, they're going to do the things right, and they're going to do the little things. That's what I love about Coach Petrino and Van Horn. They're going to do the little things, and they're going to make sure you do it, the right way.
Yeah. So, Jack, I know also you talk about heading into this weekend. You guys are going to host a regional and super, so you're going to have more games here. But it is the final regular season series, and you guys have just been unstoppable at home. I mean, you want to win all the games, and you've had some success on the road. But why is it that you just feel like at home you guys have just been able to get it done?
It's pretty cool. We got a pretty cool field.
Yeah.
I think that helps out.
It's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. I don't know, something about playing at home, being in that routine and like that whole thing of, protecting our house and like this is where we're at, this is where the Razorbacks play, has a big thing to do with it. And, we kind of talked about that before the season with the coaches about the importance of playing at home and playing good baseball at home. And, I think that's something we've done. We've gotten better at home, it seems like, every week of the season. So we're excited for the final weekend at home. Will be a good one.
I want to add on that, too. I have friends on other teams in the SEC, and they're scared to come here and play because of our fans. They're so good. They get after it. And teams, they don't want to come to Baum-Walker.
Yeah.
They don't want to. They're scared. It's like going to LSU. Like, fans are yelling at you, and they're getting after it. It's a good environment in Baum every weekend. So.
No, it's crazy. I will say, like, going to other places, it's like, oh, this field's sick. Like, seeing those fields, like, oh, this is a college baseball field. Our field feels like a big league, like high minor league park. Yeah. It's packed every single game.
I would hate to be the left fielder at Baum-Walker for the other team every week.
They're so friendly, though.
Oh, yeah.
Jack, the word on the street is y'all got locked out of the facility a few days ago. DVH basically told y'all not to come in, just said take a few days off. Did you think that kind of helped you guys refocus a little bit as you enter the home stretch here?
Yeah, I would say so. That was a good little 2 days off to kind of just hit that reset button, hang out as a team, get your minds off baseball for a couple days. And, I think that helped a lot. We've had 2 really good practices the past 2 days, so looking forward to this weekend.
Plus, y'all got a few guys that are kind of banged up, been probably playing through a few things. You think that's going to help, as you get done with school here, now you can just focus on baseball and really lock in. You think it'll take this team to another level? Yeah,
I think that was a big part to do with it. I mean, just baseball seems like such a long season in reality compared to other sports, but like it's really not. Just you're constantly playing games. So, yeah, a few guys like dinged up, and I think that time helped them a lot. Just more for the mental too, just to clear your head.
Yeah, well, I was also thinking too with school finals. Probably helps when that's over with and being able to just kind of focus on baseball too. Yeah, and have that page turned. But
we call it the best time of the year.
Yeah, well, it is
just baseball. Now.
Have you gotten done with all your finals?
Done. I was actually done in March, so I've kind of been just baseball.
You've been locked in for 3 months.
I've been locked in for
postseason mode already.
Yeah,
0 dark 30 there too. So
old guy.
Yeah. Old guy. Been around the block.
Oh, well, it's funny because I have a text from a buddy of mine. He wanted me to make sure that everyone knows that the Bush Hogger tailgate is still a go in football. But these are 2 individuals that decided to show up to the Bush Hoggers tailgate. So I had to make sure that he got mentioned so he can leave me alone and stop blowing me up for it. So, but either way, it's going to be a great weekend, and it's a great place here at Tin Roof and everything to be out here for it. And, getting the weather right. And then, because not only do you have the final 2 weekend series, but then you got SEC tournament play in Hoover and the postseason. I think that's kind of the grind where I remember in 2022 when Arkansas went to the World Series. It's just like you felt like you were in postseason the whole time. Like for 6 weeks, essentially. So people talk about you get into a different mindset whenever it's postseason play, but it also is something you got to kind of moderate and kind of make sure that you're doing it about the right way too. So,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, keeping your health and mental health in check too.
Right.
Yeah. Is there? Well, by the way, was Kentucky the field that had turf?
Yep, turf field.
How do you feel about that, y'all?
It was. It was weird. Like playing in the Big 12, it seemed like 70% of the Big 12 fields are all turf. And then like coming here, it was like we hadn't played on a turf field the whole year until that one. So it was a little strange. I mean, it was still like a nice field.
Right.
But
Vandy's got that turf. Those outfielders get
it's awful.
Juked by a ball every now and then. Just bounces.
As a pitcher, like those ground balls that are through the 6-hole, like they would stop because of the grass. Like you'd make that play, turf, it just rolls through. Plus, as a pitcher, you want your balls like rubbed up like with the mud and all that in the dirt. And on turf, they don't do that. It's just
it's
plain
the ball's a different color.
Yeah.
It'll skid on those little black.
Kentucky's mound was turf too, right?
Yeah.
And it's like
No,
short.
it was dirt.
Was it dirt?
Yeah,
Okay.
the mound was dirt. That was the only thing.
Austin, do you still? I'm assuming you played with some of these guys. With the arms in particular, do you ever just watch some of those guys and like maybe just text them like, hey, like, you're just giving them some tips or kind of just still being a mentor, being an older guy for them?
Some of the younger guys, I kind of talk to them about their stuff and like ask them how it's feeling and talking about velocity and things like that. But I talked to Hagan last night, and he's pumped up about this weekend in the postseason. I FaceTimed him for about 20 minutes, and we talked about the season and the future for him. And he's super excited. That's one of my best friends. I love that guy. And the success that he's having right now couldn't have happened to a better guy. Couldn't have happened to a better guy.
I feel like he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's not too bad.
He's unreal.
Yeah, seeing 17 strikeouts is pretty impressive.
But does he have a 0 ERA in the College World Series? I think he's got like a 150 or something.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Ledbetter, you could give him a little bit. That may be the extra edge Hagan Smith needs, is that Austin Ledbetter wisdom to have a 0 ERA in Omaha.
I mention to him all the time, I'm like, hey, how many College World Series appearances do you have? I have 2. You have
Just
1,
one?
right?
Man, yeah. Well,
His wasn't too bad, though. It was a decent one.
yeah. Well, see, that I keep forgetting about that stat too until you brought it up about that. But that's kind of the thing, which I know you've played in it, obviously, Austin. But what is that? We talked about how great it is to play in Omaha and how great it is to play at Razorback Stadium and Baum and going on the road and everything. But what's that like when you go to Omaha and actually playing there?
Man, it's unreal. When we were playing Stanford, I can remember it was 25,000 people there, and it was just all red, all Arkansas. And I mean, there was probably a section of Stanford people there, but I mean, it was like a home game. It really was, because fans travel, and it was unreal. Like, you just saw all those people out there, and you're like, wow, you're really at the College World Series, because you grow up, watching, the games in the summer, with all your friends, and now that you're actually there playing in it with the Hog jersey on, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well, and I think for you, of course, Jack, and being kind of new to Arkansas, how's the experience just been from what you expected going into the year to where it's at right now?
Oh, it's been unbelievable, especially like, KU definitely didn't have the everything that Arkansas's got going on. So just like that flip from there and Tarleton and then playing here, it's like every day I'm still like kind of in awe. And I've been here for 10 months now. So it's like, I don't know, it's super special. The coaches are super special. A lot of great dudes, a lot of great personalities in the locker room. I think we're gelling and clicking at the right time. I think we can really do something special.
Jack, are you looking forward to going back to College Station? I know you had some success there last year, if I remember correctly.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be a good one. They got a nice little environment. We played them in a May midweek, and they had 7,000 there. So the Hogs are coming to town. I bet it'll be jumping pretty good.
It's a hostile environment.
Yeah,
for sure.
they'll get on you. Don't throw too many balls. They'll start yelling at you.
Listen, I can totally trust you, but how seriously can I take when they blow bubbles after school? It's like, come on, like that's kind of the thing. I'm like, is that not the most A&M thing ever? It's like, let's do something that's lame, and we're going to make it ours, and then you're going to be the weird one if you think it's weird that we're doing it. So I'm sure it's very intimidating, but when I'm watching a game and seeing A&M and they blow bubbles, I'm like, I don't know how seriously I can take them.
Yeah.
I don't really like their
To be
chants
fair,
either.
though,
No.
they did kind of coin the ball 5 thing
They
that
did.
everybody
They
does
did.
now, and it kind of drives me nuts because I'm like, if we can steal from people, but don't steal from A&M.
Right.
Let them have their one thing.
Well, also, if you're going to do it, not to go on a whole like unwritten rule of what you do in baseball games and the fans, but it's like you don't start it at on ball 3.
Right.
And they go ball 4. No, like you got to do it after that. Like it's I'm trying to police fans over here, which is wild. But also like that kind of led me into something I was going to ask you guys about. College baseball is a thing that's ever changing. Baseball in general is ever changing. I know one of the biggest things was about the pitch clock and all that changing too. Has there been something that, as far as the changes that you've had from your start of your college career to now, and also is there something maybe you'd like to see changed in the future of how baseball in college is done or played? Anything?
Personally, for me, when I was playing, the pitch clock was a problem for pitchers. I remember in LSU, I got called for it twice. And it really depends on when the people upstairs are starting the clock. Like, you can't really trust them. Like, if you're going to an away game, like, you don't know when they're going to really start the clock. And so, like, I mean, you're getting the ball back, you're going on the mound, you're getting your – because this is before we had PitchCom, and now they have it in their ear. And so we were giving – guy on second, you're giving 4 or 5 signs, and you're trying to, like, think about what you really want to throw. And it's just like, as a pitcher, you can't control the game because you're having to speed up. And pitchers, when you speed up, that's when you screw up, you know.
Yeah, I would say that's the biggest difference too, the pitch clock. Because my first 2 years, it wasn't a thing, so it was just so much easier to get a pitcher out of rhythm. Because like you could just keep calling timeout if that guy's in a big time groove.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely remember, I think that was my junior year, the first year it started. Maybe I can't really remember, but there was some problems with it at first. Like they were calling it left and right, and like you said, like when you go on the road, even Kentucky this past week, they were starting that clock like early. But now now they got the mics and the hats, so it's not as bad. But that's the one thing I wish they would maybe like extend like 5 seconds just to catch your breath a little bit, because it goes quick when you're in there. I mean, when you're hitting, you can step out, take a breath, but you got to be back in there looking at the pitcher. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to ask you guys also about just a couple of plays that I always like to hear from former players or even current players. But Peyton Holt's deke play. Have you seen him on SportsCenter #1? Like, how cool was that?
Yeah, no. So watching it live was crazy because I'm watching it. I'm like, all right, he's going to try and throw the guy out at third, and so I'm like staring at the guy at second, see if he goes early, and I like peripheral see him like kind of throw his glove up. And then he pulls it back down, and I'm like, wait, what's he doing? And then he throws it back up, snatches it, and the guy at second leaves. And I didn't see the guy at third, but he leaves. It gets thrown in. I mean, Jared literally caught the ball, and the guy was still standing on third. And then he just went.
Yeah. He's just a ball player. Like
just a ball player.
He did the same thing last year in the SEC tournament. I can't remember who we were playing, but I mean,
he was LSU.
Caught it, faked it, threw it to third, got him out. That's one of the reasons why we won the game.
Yeah.
And that
when
was
it was like his fifth game playing center field. That was my favorite part about it. It's not like this is some guy who's like making his 30th straight. I mean, this is like the first time he's ever really played out there. To do something like that is just unreal.
Yeah, me and him have like kind of a little running joke. I'm like, when's the next time you're going to pull a stunt? Like that's what I call it, like a little stunt move.
I always wondered how Van Horn feels about stuff like that, where it's like one of those deals. If it works, but if you mess it up, it's going to be a problem. But he's at least pretty successful on the stunts, as you've called them, to make that work. But that was definitely one of the cool plays, and to see him kind of grow and the dirt bag, I guess is what. Tyler Spoon, former Razorback, comes on our show each and every week. You refer to him as Dirtbag.
Yeah,
through and through.
But he plays like this guy in the back of that jersey, Pete Rose.
Pete Rose.
He just plays hard, man.
Are you a Reds fan?
No, Hunter Holland.
You are decked out in Reds gear.
I got a lot of guys drafted. A lot of guys got drafted by the Reds. Hunter, Gabe Starks used to play here, and Cody Adcock. So I got a jersey and kind of support them by wearing some red stuff.
You look like you just got drafted by the Reds.
Got a Pete Rose jersey.
Pete Rose, man.
Yeah, who's your team, Wagner?
The Royals.
Look at them.
You know, we've been through the ups and downs.
Look at you, KC.
Yeah.
Hey, pitching staff solid this year.
Bobby Witt.
They're good. They're not bad.
So you're a Chiefs fan too, like all KC all the time?
I went through the Castle era, Trent Green era, though, so I've been through the mud. But
how far away is Wichita from KC?
It's about 3 hours.
Gotcha.
Give or take, a little bit less.
I didn't know if you were in the KC, because there's like 20 KC dudes on the baseball team. I didn't know if you were like in the group message or if they were like, you didn't quite meet you're not in the radius.
Right. Not quite in that pipeline. That is funny. Like it does seem like there's like a Kansas City pipeline to Arkansas.
Yeah.
Like it's every year they got a couple guys from.
DVH likes recruiting his Kansas City guys.
I got a vibe for that. Yeah, there's a few of them that are up there. A guy named Isaiah Campbell, I think, was up there. He's pretty good.
California too. They never bring in a bad California player. Like they only bring in like maybe 1-2 a class, but they're always dudes.
Really,
like 100% success rate.
I think that and Hawaii. I feel like it's been pretty
3 for 3. I think.
Yeah, I think it's a small number, but a high percentage there too. So, but we just got a few minutes. Which again, we're here at Tin Roof here on Dickson Street. Come on, see us. We have Austin Ledbetter and Jack Wagner with us. Austin, I want to ask you, though, what was that like, the transition going from football or baseball to football? Because I know you played, obviously, in high school, had a lot of success with Bryant, and kind of moving through that. You played baseball, but getting back into that after being so focused on baseball, what was that transition like?
It was definitely tough. I had to gain a lot of weight. I've gained probably 15, 20 pounds since being in football. I was around 190, 195. Like I had to go from being whippy to, big and strong and be able to take hits and things like that. So now I'm, 210, 205 in that area. But the weight room was definitely, a big change for me. But also just like getting the groove of the speed of the game. Sometimes, I'd get a little sped up. I mean, not playing for 3 years, but, I kept my cool for the most of the time. And I'm I felt like I held my own, and I felt like I had a good spring.
Yeah, because what was that decision process like? As far as, is it something you kept thinking about doing, or is it something you got approached by and saying, "Hey, would you want to do this?" Like, what was that process like?
Nah, you were saying it for a while.
Yeah, I mean, football
I
was
could do better
just
than that guy.
He was watching the offense last year. He was like,
football has just always got kind of been my passion. Baseball was my passion at first, and then when I got into high school, like, winning the 3 state championships at Bryan, it was just like, I want to do this again. And, I finally got that fire under me to, make the decision. So,
what was your favorite state championship? Not many people can ask that question. It's like, which is your favorite state championship you won?
what a flex.
I know.
I would say the first one, just because it was the first time our school's ever won state. So, and it was pretty special being a sophomore, and it was pretty much like my first year ever actually playing quarterback. So,
yeah. What was your take on Buck James and leaving, man, and going over to Conway?
I love Coach James. I wouldn't be in the position I'm in right now without him. Yeah. He's like a second dad to me. He's a mentor, and I love him. So,
well, we appreciate you guys coming out. Before I let you go, though, this weekend, pitching staff, starters are back in. You guys feel rested up, ready to go. Just what are you expecting in this one against Mississippi State? How are you feeling about it?
Oh, we're feeling good, man. I think anytime we get to play at home, we don't take it for granted. And obviously they've been playing some really good ball themselves too. So it'll be a good weekend, some good competition for us, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one. I know the crowd's going to be great out there too. And anytime you go up against, the schedule didn't do you guys any favors too. Like, Kentucky ends up being great, just like everyone picked between the preseason. Get them on the road, and then Mississippi State is, I guess, third in the West as of right now, behind y'all in A&M, and then in the season on the road against the number one team, or at least one of the top teams. So, I know you guys are going to get ready for it, but we appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us, and wish you best of luck, obviously, this weekend, the rest of the season, Jack, and heading into next year, man. It's going to be fun seeing this Razorback football team and how they have Bobby back. That's what everyone's excited about it, but it's Bobby. Having Bobby back is pretty cool. Bobby's back. So we appreciate it, guys. Thanks for coming out. So we're
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Shout out Bush Hoggers. Done with that. We're gonna continue it on here with the John Nabors Show live from Tin Roof here on Dickson Street. Come out and see us. We'll take a break and come back with more. So stay with us.
We not done yet either. So don't be satisfied. We not done.
Hey John, Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrats. I had a two-parter if that's okay. You mentioned Arkansas. Eric.
Why do you always talk about Arkansas? But go ahead.
Well, why do you always talk about Kentucky?
You missed it. You missed it. You missed it. Just tell me you missed it. I'm not going to go there with you, Dave. Why not?
And that will be the last question I answer with that hat on.
Oh, shoot.
That is why Arkansas is fantastic.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't like the game, but I'm glad I was able to walk off the floor again and deep inside and have that funny feeling that, hey, one more time, Horns.
Best guys. I know it's a tough time for you. The coach is gone, but you got a new coach now, and you got to listen to what he says. Okay, I know you're thinking, oh, who is this new guy? Where's the other guy that crashed the motorcycle? We like him better. He was cool or whatever. Forget about all that. Listen to the new coach and get out there and win some games.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
You guys act like it's... Pick it up a little bit. Okay? Get your chin up. Smile. Smile. Okay? Dang, you guys, all right? If not, I'm not talking.
I'm so excited. Big Red. Oh.
Guys, I got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
I was a teacher today. Told those boys, welcome to the SEC.
Well, Fayetteville is 1,843 miles away, but the call of the Hogs can be heard all the way to San Francisco.
Let's stick my dick in the mashed potatoes. Go Hogs.
Powered by Arkansas, for Arkansas.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
The John Nabors Show is live from the Natty State Sports Studios.
All right, welcome back into the John Nabors Show here live from Tin Roof on Dickson Street. Having a good time. I think I see. Are these the guys over here that were at Lucky Luke's last night? Okay, you got to Mallory. You got to give them a round on me. I told them if they came out, I'd give them. So yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. See, that's what you get. You get rewarded for coming out here and hanging out at Tin Roof. I guess I say that and everyone's going to be like, now we all need a round and start adding
See what you just did?
I know. It's probably created a monster. But either way, appreciate everybody listening in and watching in here on the show. Now we have Bruce Wilkerson, Scotty Bordelin that are joining us too. People are already in the chat. They're mad because they're like, Wagner's not committed yet. Why not? What is he doing? Where is he visiting? Is he coming out here to Tin Roof? Is he going to be hanging out with us? Like, just tell people to shut up and get them done so that way they stop asking about it.
Yeah. I mean, relax a little bit. He's not even here for his visit yet, So let him get here first, and then it's going to happen. But you got to think about the process here. I mean, John Calipari's had a Monday commit 4 weeks in a row.
Not bad.
It was Big Z, then it was Carter Knox, then it was Jonas Adu, and then it was Adu Thiero. So maybe Monday is the day that this is going to happen. But no, I mean you're getting Wagner in here on campus this weekend. Arkansas is in a good spot there. I mean, he went and messed around at USC with Muss. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Now he's come down here where he belongs. And honestly, he's there's some rumors that he might go visit Florida or something.
Why?
Don't worry about it. You're getting him on campus. Cal's been selling this thing well. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I don't think Muss has any open scholarships available left, right? Like, he's already recruited an entire team, like a full 13 scholarship team out of the portal already, it feels like, anyway.
Yeah.
He's pushing
11 transfers in a few weeks. Yeah,
it's crazy. It's
the importer.
Yeah, kids, I could be wrong about this because I'm not a recruiting guy, but I feel like kids a lot of times, if they're coming on a weekend visit, they don't recruit or they don't commit beforehand. So maybe just be patient with it.
Well, doesn't his girlfriend go to USC? Did the internet figure that out or something like that?
Is it Juju Watkins? Is that who it is?
Nah, I don't think so.
That's who they were talking about.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, but
No
I
way.
think no, for real. But I think the whole thing with it was maybe they went to like prom or a formal or something together. But I've heard through the grapevines it was like an arranged deal. Like I don't know if they're that serious.
What's an
Interesting.
arranged deal?
Yeah.
I do love that people just have no humanity when people are on visits. Like, they want the coaches to just kidnap them and force them to commit on the spot. It's like, you got to go home, have dinner with the fam, discuss it one last time, send a prayer, go on your walk like Cal did, 15 minutes of each. You got to make your decisions. But it is so funny how people just get so anxious. When they know that news should come, they just lose it.
I hope it happens on Monday. Like, I think I'm set up to go solo this weekend if something pops and Curtis is at the Toronto Blue Jays game.
He told me I
paid
couldn't
for the
do it.
ticket. I hope it happens on Monday because he'd be more available to, hop on with me.
Yeah.
I think we both got some things to say about DJ Wagner.
Yeah.
Scotty really doesn't want to do Pot at the Palace with me this weekend. He really doesn't.
I literally said yesterday when we were at our cubicles, I said open invite, and then you just didn't hear me because nobody can hear me ever.
I literally was like, hey, man, just let me know. I'll get on. We even did the whole joke about how Curtis would be the Patrick Ewing here where the star player leaves for a little bit. And all of a sudden,
theory deal going on.
All of a sudden the chemistry gets a little, who knows. But,
I'm a little worried about
Is
it.
Curtis Julius Randle? Is he Julius Randle a little bit?
I might be Julius Randle. You
I
might be
think you're
Josh
Brunson.
Hart.
You're
Yeah,
Brunson.
I don't know.
You're Brunson. I'm Josh Hart. Yeah, I'll take Josh Hart.
But what I was thinking about is if Scotty goes solo, and then everybody loves it, and they don't need me anymore, then
Not
you've got
everybody is
solo
gonna love it.
baseball, he's got solo basketball, and then people are going to be looking at me to talk about football, and you don't want that.
Well,
we got to stick with what works.
How do you think I feel anytime that I know I'm going to be on a vacation and I'm going to have one of you guys fill in on the John Nabors show?
You should feel great about it.
I'm going to be like, there goes my career. I'm done. They're actually going to be organized and sound really good and informed.
The inmates running the asylum is what that would be.
So I'm going to come back and it's just like our sponsorships have doubled, but only if those guys are on there. So yeah, trust me. It's part of it, though. Yeah, we do have a caller, and we're going to see how this goes.
Okay.
On the air here
I
at Tin
hope
Roof.
he has a question for everyone except John again.
Yeah, it's probably going to happen. That's fine. That's what's part of it. Looks like Quentin. He's from Little Rock. We'll see if we can get him on. What's going on, Quentin?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Good.
Doing great, man.
Man, I was just kind of curious if I could get a favorite hog moment from each of you. And one of my other questions was, I've got 3 moments for me that just kind of hit home. A certain punt return against Tennessee.
It's a good one.
A certain heave by a man named Henry.
Remember that one.
And and to shout out my boy Nobody, sorry, in the chat. A certain putback by Michael Qualls and a buzzer beater. Now, I was just kind of curious what one of y'all's off the beat, random, maybe you haven't said it before, favorite moment is, and then what each of you would rank those 3 moments. I'll hop off and listen.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate you calling in.
Effective phone call.
Yeah, it is. So who wants to kick that one off?
I mean, the moment for me that really stands out was the bubble year in the NCAA tournament. We were all in Indianapolis, and they broke that Sweet 16 streak and beat Texas Tech in Hinkle, which is a really historic place.
Yep.
Yeah, you did.
I was
sitting right beside you.
I did cry.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's one I'll never forget.
I'm a man. Yeah. That was a good one. Yeah, because also, and to include on that one too, that was when everyone had to be, spaced out, 6 feet apart, all that stuff. And then, when we had to wear the mask, and I think that's why I literally, I think, almost passed out because for those of you who may not know, if you're a professional media member like myself, you can't show emotion or cheer in the press box. And when you can't do any of those things, but you don't have anywhere for your emotions to go, usually mine just goes to my eyes and I start crying. And I have this mask on that I can't breathe out of anyways. And so I was in bad shape. I was probably the only person rooting for Arkansas that actually felt sick after that. But that was a great one.
Then a transformer blew and all the lights went out.
Yep, do remember that one.
Yeah.
No, we do remember that one too. So that was a good one. I mean, listen, I could go through so many random moments. Brett Eibner's home run in 2009 in the College World Series against Virginia. That was a beautiful swing, and
Later
he
in that
the piss out of that
game
thing.
was maybe one of my favorite baseball moments, the double play with
Tim Carver. Yep.
Who coached me at the Arkansas hitting coach in 2008. So appreciate you, Tim. And but I'm gonna give 3. Football, I'm going 2010 LSU. Pour some sugar on me.
It's a great one.
Went to the Sugar Bowl. I was there for that one. That was a good one. Little Rock's a great place. Basketball, the Trey Wade game, Gonzaga.
The Trey Wade game,
Beating Chet Holmgren, beating the number 1 overall seed. It was a good moment.
Yeah.
Baseball, I'm going to go Austin Ledbetter going back-to-back scoreless appearances in Omaha 2022 for an Arkansas team that should have won the national title with an honorable mention to Isaiah Campbell, 2018 College World Series, shutting down Florida in the semifinals.
That was pretty
Sent
good.
Arkansas to the finals.
Wow.
It was a good one.
That was pretty good off the top of your head.
People forget Isaiah Campbell was kind of struggling that postseason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he got yanked in the first inning with 0 outs. So for him to come in an elimination game in Omaha, actually it wasn't an elimination game, but I think he struck out like 11 or something like that. It was a big deal.
Yeah. I just have random ones, kind of like the Eibner one, but I think to basketball and stuff. I remember when Arkansas beat Oklahoma and Blake Griffin and Bud Walton with that Pelfrey team that for some reason they went 13-1 in non-conference play. It was the greatest thing ever. They just beat Oklahoma and Texas in back-to-back weeks, and they went 2-15 in SEC play somehow. So, but yeah, just things like that always will pop up. Or, I remember the Petrino years in football. Those are always so. You mentioned the Sugar Bowl one, but man, like that, and also which game was it? I guess it was the South Carolina game when Connor Shaw, was that his name? The quarterback got
bald guy.
Yeah, got
Jake Beckett.
Yeah,
Our guy Jake Beckett.
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing these days. I'm sure he's not on social media yelling at people. But yeah, so it's those are just a few. Scotty, do you have one?
Scotty's gonna have a good basketball.
I know he's gonna like a
No,
deep
I mean
cut.
I'm not. Y'all know this. I'm not a huge baseball guy. I'm super excited for the A&M series next weekend.
Oh yeah.
I'm hyped up for that one, especially after Schlossnagle started talking a little bit.
Man, that guy.
The Charlie Welch home run.
Yeah, dude, that was fun.
Was that in a super
region? It was in the regional final.
A regional final. Sent him to a super. That home run, I ended up just writing an entire sidebar about that home run, that one swing. That's back when I was covering baseball. That was that swing sent that place into a state of delirium that I've never seen before.
There was something special about that one too, because it the whole year it was the restricted crowds and everything, but then it finally started slowly opening up, and that was it was a pretty packed house for that one, and it felt like they needed that moment, man. That was a really
My
good
favorite
one.
part is that they just canceled the tournament after that. They just didn't play the rest of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
That was
I don't
it.
remember
That was the
what
final game
happened
they
after
played
that.
that year. Jackson Wiggins started that game, by the way.
Wait, but they can't. What do you mean canceled? Which one are you talking about?
That was the last game Arkansas played in that postseason.
Oh, that's right. Gotcha.
And they just didn't do the rest of the rounds.
No, that's right. Yeah, it just came to an end, sadly. But yes, going back to that play too. Still love the after the pass ball, wild pitch. I don't care, whatever it is. Welch looking over at Dave Van Hornen.
Shout out to Cody Frank for pitching that inning for Nebraska.
Well,
and people confused
circle,
it.
man.
When he committed, everybody convinced themselves he was the one that gave it up, and they were like, "We're letting this guy on." And I was like, "Wasn't him. Different guy." But he did pitch that inning.
Yeah, man. Again, great question, Quentin. Again,
yeah, it was a good one.
Had a lot of.
That's our favorite thing to
moments.
do is take a stroll down memory lane.
Yeah, and give our top moments. The Mount Rushmore of great, memorable Razorback plays.
Back when
all
men
sports.
were men.
Yeah, and back when it was a treat to see these teams on TV instead of just getting spoiled with them in the live streams and everything too. So, yeah, that's pretty good. A few people here in the chat. I'm sure they're very nice to us and everything. See, we got people just now. They're taking what Quentin's question was and wanting to. Take one else.
That was a good conversation. That was a good icebreaker.
Yes,
it's a good.
It's good. It's a good icebreaker. Which also, by the way, I know some people were asking about the specials that are listed on our overlay. Yes, you get $2 off drafts and cocktails here at Tin Roof here on a Thursday. Also, $5 you call it's and half price apps. So come on out for that, and also because you want to hang out with us and be cool because we're cool people. Also, Mitchell says, here's a question for y'all: if y'all could bring back anyone, this is my favorite one. Bring back any one former Arkansas coach to take over their respective sports in today's NIL/portal environment. Which would you bring back and why?
Does Tony Vitello count? Former Arkansas coach?
As to be the head coach or just like the coach? Just like if he was still staying on, like as in his position that he was in already.
No, I wouldn't bring him back as a hitting coach.
That'd be people getting mad at you for that. But Gus Arginal. I'd like to have Gus back.
Shout out to Gus.
Shout out to Gus Arginal. He's our guy.
Football already kind of did that.
Yeah, football brought back the guy.
Football brought Petrino back. So yeah,
they did the equivalent of bringing Vitello to be the hitting coach.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, he's back. And
Lou Holtz.
Lou Holtz, yeah.
Lou Holtz would cook in the NIL.
He would
era.
love the NIL. He'd be a big NIL guy. Love paying players.
How do you think Houston Nutt would do? He's already pretty conversational as it is. He's like all about the helmet, but if he could slip you a little bag or two,
I hate that man. Here's the thing. It's like those guys that's like you think that they may be good, but then I was like, I don't know. Like, because then having to wheeling and dealing, it seems like so much going on in college sports with your own players every single year probably wears on you and gets frustrating. But I don't know. Then you see coaches, I feel like with Dave Van Horn, he's probably just like, shut up and go play or get out. And okay, yeah, you know what, coach, you got a good point. That's
basketball's a
weird
one because it's like you feel like Nolan was like better for the era he was in than he would be now. You know what I mean? It's like part of what made Nolan special probably wouldn't be as effective today. So it's like I don't know if there's an answer in basketball.
Once they took
Eddie
that,
Sutton,
and then I don't remember what happened until Musk got here. So.
You don't think Eddie Sutton would be cooking in the NIL era? Maybe.
No, Stan Heath definitely would have.
Oh, Now Stan Heath was out there, man.
He got Imani Bates to Eastern Michigan. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Golly, yeah. And then it seemed like every single year, man, there was all those tall four stars, and he got Al Jefferson to commit to Arkansas, but then he went, of course, to the NBA and was not too bad there too. So, John Hand wants to know when you guys are going to EYBL.
Is it later this month?
Yeah, end of May.
Yeah,
the last weekend in May. It's in Memphis. We're excited about that, especially with Coach Cal here now. I mean, they've got the number one point guard in the 2025 class visiting this weekend. Everybody talks about DJ Wagner, but Darius Acuff's coming to town, and Wagner might be the immediate future, and then Acuff might be the guy that follows him the next year. So, I mean, if you look at any of the recruiting rankings and you see a 5-star, Cal's probably offered him and is recruiting him heavily. But it's going to be kind of cool. Me and Scotty are looking forward to that, to go watch it, because you go in these gyms and they've got like 8 different courts and different games going on. And like, if you guys remember when we were at the NCAA tournament, it was Coach K's last ride.
Oh my
And every
gosh,
time
dude.
he showed up, there was just a whole huge crowd around him. That's how it is when Coach Cal goes to these recruiting events. Like, he pops in and he sets front and center, and everybody focuses on that game because they want to see who he's watching. All eyes are on him kind of deal. So it'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that.
I'll say that, like, I didn't mention a basketball memory a minute ago. If I had to say one, it's like J.D. Notae's 30-8 against Auburn. And that they beat.
No, the court
that,
storming.
That team
that
was
was
number
vintage
one.
J.D.
That was awesome.
Another one that I had is Curtis mentioned the Coach K phenomenon at the Elite Eight the second weekend. Kind of related to that, I remember watching Duke warm up before that game against Arkansas, and Paolo Banchero is down there on the baseline, and it's an hour and a half before the game. He's on the baseline, and he's kind of just sliding with the resistance band around. like his calves, and he snapped it.
I remember that.
This is when you knew it was over.
Just, I was like,
I knew Arkansas was going to lose.
This man is not a human.
He's
like
grown.
he's an actual a tank.
Would you have ever guessed he'd be leading a team in the playoffs like 3 years later? Probably.
No, it's crazy. But the next day, I had lunch with his grandpa because I missed my flight from San Francisco to Phoenix. So I ended up sharing some pictures with him. I got his phone number, and actually, the night before Paolo declared for the NBA draft, which it wasn't a secret that he was going to declare. He texted me and was like, "Hey, 2:00 tomorrow, he's going to declare for the draft." So an Arkansas guy could have broken the Paolo Banchero news, but
man, there would have been
just sitting on it.
It'd been huge. Maybe me and John should take the blame for you missing that flight. We're not going to, but maybe we should.
The long.
Why would I ever take the blame for that?
Kept him out past his bedtime.
Vegas, man. Or no, that was San Francisco.
San Fran.
San Fran, man.
I still think about the lady that was playing that big buck hunter game. Dude, way too much.
Man,
that barcade.
If y'all could have seen this lady, she was like, it's almost like in a movie. You see, like the kid that's like the nerdy kid in the 80s that goes and plays Pac-Man and has all the high scores. Like it was this lady, the big buck hunter. And I mean,
she was drinking a glass of wine, having a nice little entree, and then she would take a break and just go.
Yeah, she was just looked like she was doing real live Red Dead Redemption.
She was kind of in like a hunting vest almost too. Like
she got the camo.
She was ready, man.
Yeah, especially in San Francisco. Probably not something you were expecting to see out there. But those are good times. Which also, by the way, it's really cool when we. Anytime you go to sporting events and you cover it, like and you mentioned the Paolo thing, like when you're in the media, you get to see stuff because we always talk about when Arkansas was about to play UConn, and going into it, like, man, we feel good about Arkansas's chances against UConn. Like it could really go well, and. Like the matchups, and then we get there, and we're all sitting there, and we see them on the court and in person, and I'm like, man, no, abort.
Them
like
boys
this is bad.
Different.
Yeah. It's like you kind of knew at the time, like, I don't know about that, because I think looking back on it, our dogs in that game too.
Yeah, I remember you got some action on Arkansas in that one,
dude. I bet the farm because then the next game it was against Gonzaga. And UConn was only favored by 2, and I'm like, oh, nope. I'm putting all the money down and everything.
Yeah. After seeing that in person,
no,
there was no doubt.
They've been inevitable for 2 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. We got some more people who are calling in, and apparently the screener is failing, so I'm just going to have to guess on who these people are wanting, what they're going to say. So we'll find out.
Great.
Yeah, it's going to go. Why not? I'm sure it's fine. We're not on FCC. Let's go to the 870. What's up, 870?
Hey, John, it's Trey. How you doing?
What's up, man?
I just wanted to say thank you, Curtis and Alice, for the 6-pack.
Yeah.
We told you it was coming
Also,
back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was so excited whenever I seen that pop up. But anyways, I want to bring us back down to earth because we're all Razorback fans. Give us your top 3 Razorback lowlights. I'm talking lowest of the lows, Chad Morris era.
I'm ready for this one.
Because, we all got every single one replaying in our head. And
I think football
that's
North
where
Texas.
I was wanting to go.
All right.
I think football in North Texas has to be that was a really depressing, although I guess the ULM game football, I was there in person for that one. That one was a tough moment for my emotional well-being. That was when I realized that, this world is not just, and my dreams are not going to come true. So that one hit a little bit deeper. But in true, rock bottom, that North Texas game was really depressing. That's when I stopped, getting excited to watch Arkansas football on Saturdays.
That one was really tough. The last football game I attended as a fan before I started doing this was San Jose State. That was
Starkle with 5 picks, baby.
Yeah, man. That was a really, really tough one.
Well, and they had won the week before.
That's right.
They had started Nick Starkle, beat Colorado State, and it's kind of like, all right.
On the road to a bowl.
Maybe they can maybe 5-7, 6-6, and then they lose to San Jose State, and he throws 5 picks, and it's like,
dude.
He threw away the Bieber jersey after that, too, so it was 2 L's.
Because that was the problem. Yeah, it was the Bieber thing. I mean, come on. It's the foul ball. I mean, you really we really want to just, it's too easy. It's too easy. The Clint Stern over, it's like.
Having to go into the locker room after that dropped foul ball, after the game 2 of the 2018 College World Series was, I don't know that I've been more nervous to go in and talk to just players.
I didn't want to. I wouldn't have.
But it was tough because it's my job to do it, but at the same time, I don't I understand that these guys don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And so what do you even say? So, and then ended up doing. I think I ended up talking to Eric Cole after that game. Posted the transcript of like what was said, and then people were getting mad at me about it. And then I remember seeing, as I was walking out, Carson Shaddy just spiked his iPhone on the ground. Like, it was crazy. I think like a football low light, I'm going to go recent. Like, it was the Mississippi State game last yeyear.
Oh,
it was really bad.
That was a hard
basketball,
watch, man.
My brothers and
one.
sisters in Christ, that was a game that ended 7-3 in regulation.
A basketball one, I've got one Mike Anderson one. I remember he lost at home to somebody they shouldn't have. And then I'm sitting up in my seat during the game, and you know they play music in the arena after the game. It was a John Mayer song. It's called New Light. If you give me just one night, you're going to see me in a new light. He was let go after the season was over, and then I think like this past season, Arkansas loses at home to Vanderbilt. It's just
bad.
It was like the go get a headstone type of deal on that season.
Yep, man. Again,
a lot of losses to Vanderbilt in basketball lately that have been tough to swallow.
Yeah, easy.
Yep. That was funny as I remember.
Bad matchup.
Vanderbilt owns them, man. He has a bad matchup, man. Bad program matchup.
I remember losing to Vanderbilt in football, and it was in 2005. And I thought that was the lowest point I was ever going to have as a Razorback football fan, is when they lost to Jay Cutler and Vanderbilt at home. I was like, this is rock bottom. And little did we know, like, it kind of just, things happen.
A loss to Vanderbilt to make you reassess a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
This dude right here says the reason his wife left was one of the games we were talking about. Witty F.
That's
He said,
Yeah,
which
whatever
games?
game it was.
Clarify which game, because I kind of want to know. Just for my own personal.
Yeah. I want to see exactly which game, because again there could be so many that we've gone through and that we've mentioned and everything too. But that was pretty tough. Luckily for Arkansas, I was kind of trying to think about this, and this is going to really probably make me sound stupid, which is fine. I do that daily. But the fact that Arkansas, when was the last time they lost on a buzzer beater in basketball?
Vanderbilt that one year, didn't they? Or no, did they miss a buzzer
Remember
beater?
Mississippi State beat them on like a
Tip-in.
.1 left type
Okay.
shot.
That was his first year?
Abdul Adu,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Tip-in.
Yeah, I was thinking about. I remember they had this past year against Stanford? Yeah, they hit the buzzer beater to tie it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Max
Send it to-
Asmus almost.
Boy.
Man,
Yeah.
shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How different would Muss's tenure have been if Asmus made that shot?
Man.
Totally different.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, losing to a 15 seed, who would ever do that? Come on now.
Although it wasn't a Sweet 16, they would have been survived.
I would have been mad. I would have been upset.
That'd been tough.
All right, let's go back to phone lines. We got someone from the 501. Again, that screening in there. It's fine. But hey, what's up, 501?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I'm great.
It's me again.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
we got you.
I was just curious if y'all would be open to starting a little thing. I see how much y'all love interacting with the fans, so I was kind of curious about maybe starting like a little poll or something, like maybe each week or each month, whatever's voted on in the top 3, maybe y'all could present it to the coaches or something. Like, I don't know, the only thing that comes up randomly to my head is like, as a crowd, singing the national anthem each game or something like that. Whatever people are wanting to vote on, being able to bring it up. I was just kind of curious. Or it could just be about whatever y'all want to poll about. Start a poll.
Start a poll.
Big poll guy.
We could be big. We could be big poll guys here. We can do that. Yeah.
John's the boss, man.
Yeah.
I mean, especially as we get into the summer when there's not much going on.
True that.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore season will be here before we
Yeah,
know
man.
it.
Yeah.
Throw some polls out there.
We'll do our first poll will be, what was your favorite moment from the 2024 Arkansas baseball national title run?
It was going to be when I guess Wagner hit the walk-off home run to win it all.
It'll be
That's gonna be my favorite
What was your
moment.
favorite Jack Wagner nuke? Was it the
Yeah,
LSU game?
it was probably
Was it
the when they win the World Series. And
I
then
remember. Hey, speaking of
it's
Jack
gonna-
Wagner nukes, he hit one as Cal was driving by Baum Walker that day. Whenever he flew in,
Oh yeah.
they drove right by
there you
Baum
go.
right after. It was pretty.
It
cool.
was really nice of him to hit a home run for Cal when he came in.
Yeah.
You know, it was really.
I
nice
know
of
that
him.
Cal appreciated it.
Rumor has it Cal's living on Dickson, so if he hears us right now, he should just pull
Cal,
up.
pull
you know?
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put out. Just
Check
an
up there,
ABB
see if he's on a balcony.
I was
but
about to say, I was
don't
trying to
see him.
I was see if he's
Is
up
that
there.
you?
Yeah, see if he's up there counting all of his money and spitting on everybody down below. From I don't know. Like
I'll tell you, hopefully
my money
Arkansas
up there, though.
doesn't have to face anybody that's got the two-seam movement that Cal had. on that first pitch. That was a dot, dude.
How about that?
Did you hear him on that podcast where he talked about throwing out the first pitch? He said, was it Tate McGuire that was catching him? He was like, hey, do you want to stand in front of the mound? And Cal was like, I am not standing in front of the mound.
Attaboy.
The boy said
And then
60
he got
feet,
up there.
6 inches, man.
He got
Let's
up on
do
the
it.
mound, and he told the catcher not to crouch. And then he said, I threw a BB in there. The catcher caught it, and it pushed him back a little bit.
Dave McGuire couldn't handle the heat, man. We'll have to get his side of the story.
That's actually something I should have asked Wagner when he's up there, but it was like, how did McGuire get the vote to be the guy that catches Cal? Okay, it was random.
They always pick random people.
I texted Ellis about it. I was like, who's the guy that's catching him? And
Dude, last year there was a guy that threw a first pitch from like 30 feet away, and I forget who it was. I think it was Cody Adcock, who like pitched a decent amount last year, and the dude threw it like 90 miles an hour, and like Adcock like kind of had trouble with it, and DVH was pissed when they asked him about it after the game. He's like, yeah, tried to throw the arm off of one of our setup guys. I mean, what are we doing here, man? He was pissed about it, dude.
Let's go back to the phone lines. We got from 479 on there. What's up, 479?
What is up, y'all? It is the Heartbroken Hog here. How are y'all doing?
I'll be. What's up, man?
Man, I just wanted to ask y'all, first of all, how many scholarships do we have left for football? And what players do you think what positions do you think we're going to go after in the portal? And are there any specific players that y'all want?
I don't know exactly where they're at on the 85 scholarship thing.
Well, the receiver wasn't a scholarship guy, right?
Right, yeah.
We
found
that one not on scholarship.
Yeah, the Major League Baseball player is a walk-on.
Yeah. He's gonna be the leading receiver.
But
hopefully he can pay for his textbooks.
Yeah, I hope so, man.
Yeah.
Get that guy an NIL.
They only have a few left, right?
Yeah, I wanted to say it was 5.
Yeah, because they've done a lot of work already in this portal window. And I mean, honestly, they've kind of gone out and addressed everything you thought they might need to. They went and got a couple linebackers. They shored up the defensive line. One guy's like 355 pounds or something crazy. They got another O-lineman, a couple receivers, a quarterback, a running back. I mean, they've touched pretty much every position. So, I mean, I'd have to go through and look at if there are any gems in the portal right now. I mean, if you could get a dude who you thought could really contribute at linebacker, like I'd probably still go get another guy who could help you out there. But that's the thing about this spring portal window for football. Most of the damage is done when that thing's open in December. It's like right after the season, dudes are ticked off, they're leaving, they hit the portal. You got some more talent in there. Really, this one is like post spring ball, and the guys who are hitting the portal are the ones who, probably didn't make the 2 deep or whatever coming out of spring practices. It's just a bunch of depth pieces, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, D-line linebacker, anytime you can get a guy that you feel like can contribute in any way there, you gotta snag one of those. But I feel like, you're at this point, like you said, you're not going to get that like Trajan Jeffcoat you wouldn't imagine unless there's some weird thing going on. But I
John
think
Ridgeway, something like that.
John, although who knows, John Ridgeway, diamond in the rough.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at this point it's just as many big boys as you can get. But at this point, it's kind of depth pieces. You feel like.
Yeah, I know that with football. By the way, appreciate your phone call, Heartbroken Hog. I thought you were gonna, when you called in with that, say something that heartbroke you and it was your heartbreak when it came to Razorback sports, because that's what we're talking about. But I mean, football, I feel like you can never have too many like offensive linemen, D linemen.
Oh yeah,
linebackers.
Get the heavies in there.
You got a kid named Joe Moore to play on your offensive line, which there's an Offensive Line of the Year award named the Joe Moore Award.
Although this guy's Joe Moore, M-O-R-E.
Yeah.
Give me more.
I like the Larry Worth kid at linebacker. I like the kid from South Florida at receiver that they picked up. I'm interested.
That's a sneaky good get.
Yeah, for sure. Like 5
You've been all over
catches.
that one. The receiver from South Florida.
Yeah, I like him. Because you look him up, you go to CFBstats.com and see what he did, and he did something. So that's
it's always
that's
good
a positive.
when you're doing that.
Sam went on like this little trend last week where he was just like, Hutchinson Community College. I'm going to pull up. I'm going to park. I'm going to go pluck a couple of the guys that you had on your roster last year that were junior college All-Americans, running back and D-line. So
anytime you can get a Ben McLaughlin type guy, you got to go get him.
Yep. Got to make it happen. But yeah, folks, we're here at Tin Roof on Dickson Street. Looks like the knock on wood, the weather's holding off, so it's starting to get a little bit more sunny out here too. Got some people out here hanging out too, and we're in the back patio area. So, but yeah, we'll let you know if we see Cal walking around.
Is that him right over there?
It might be.
It might be. I mean, he's wearing blue because that's what he does.
I see 4 people up there.
Yeah.
One of them has to be
He's got a
him.
friend group over.
I think it's Cal, his son, DJ Wagner, and Big Z. Is that?
Yeah, that guy looks
if I'm seeing right from here.
Yeah, he looks like 7'2".
You see the hairline, you're like, oh yeah, that hairline.
Yeah, that's well, if we had some binoculars, maybe we can do some investigating there too. So.
Ooh, I have some in my backpack, maybe.
Ooh.
I think I do too.
I'm sure that won't come across as creepy when we're all looking up at it.
Not because I'm a peeping Tom. It's for the football press box.
Maybe during the next
bird
break.
watching. Yeah, next break. Yeah, we'll do that. So, and speaking of, we are going to take a break because when we come back, we're going to tell you about all the great things that are going on here at Tin Roof. Mallory's going to join us, and I'm sure she's not nervous at all, and she's going to do great. So we just got a reminder of that. But we'll tell you more about that and all the things happening here at Tin Roof. Now we're going to be out here till 6 o'clock this afternoon as we end the show, but we may keep the party going a little bit longer too. So come out here and see us right here on Dickson Street. It's the John Nabors Show live from Tin Roof. Stay with us. More coming up next.
We not done yet either. So don't be satisfied because we not done.
Hey John, Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrats. I had a two-parter if that's okay. You mentioned Arkansas. Eric.
Why do you always talk about Arkansas? But go ahead.
Well, why do you always talk about Kentucky?
You missed it. You missed it. You missed it. Just tell me you missed it. I'm not going to go there with you, Dave. Why not?
And that will be the last question I answer with that hat on.
Oh, shoot.
That is why Arkansas is fantastic.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I didn't like the game, but I'm glad I was able to walk off the floor again and deep inside and have that funny feeling that, hey, one more time, Horns.
Best guys, I know it's a tough time for you. The coach is gone, but you got a new coach now, and you got to listen to what he says. Okay, I know you're thinking, oh, who is this new guy? Where's the other guy that crashed the motorcycle? We like him better. He was cool or whatever. Forget about all that. Listen to the new coach and get out there and win some games.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
You guys act like it's... Pick it up a little bit. Okay? Get your chin up. Smile. Smile. Okay? Dang, you guys, all right? If not, I'm not talking.
I'm so excited. Big Red. Oh.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
I was a teacher today. Told those boys, welcome to the SEC.
Well, Fayetteville is 1,843 miles away, but the call of the Hogs can be heard all the way to San Francisco.
I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potatoes. Go Hogs.
Powered by Arkansas, for Arkansas.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm gonna say Arkansas.
The John Nabors Show is live from the Natty State Sports Studios.
All right, welcome back into the John Nabors Show here live from Tin Roof on Dickson Street. Appreciate everybody listening in and watching in, and it is a beautiful day out here, so come on out and see us. We're going to be out here doing a live show till 6 o'clock, but we'll probably keep the party going here on the show. But before we keep it moving, we want to tell you about our friends over at Signature Bank, and of course, they are the official bank here of Natty State Sports. We appreciate everything that they do, and because when it comes to your money, when it comes to something as important as your money, you got to make sure that you're having it put into a place that is very secure and making sure that they're going to take care of you, and that's what Signature Bank does. They're for community invested, which right here in the city of Fayetteville and in the Northwest Arkansas area, it's why they started here, and they have grown into being across the state of Arkansas, and they want to make sure that everyone knows that they are the right size bank for you. They're not too big, they're not too small, they're going to make sure you're taken care of in each and everything when it comes to your money, which is always very important. So check out all their locations across the state. You can also visit their website at signature.bank. That's www.signature.bank. And whenever it is, when it comes to your finances, whether it's personal or business, do it with Signature Bank, the official bank of Natty State Sports. Again, we're live here at Tin Roof, and we are joined by Mallory. What's up, Mallory? Oh, hold on, let me get your mic out of here. Try that again.
What's up, John?
There we go. Okay. See, I screwed it up this time because I know you were so nervous about everything. So, well, it's great to be out here, and the weather's really nice. It's been holding out pretty well. So, how's everything? How's Tin Roof been since a week ago when we came out here? And I feel like you guys have been pretty busy.
It's been
super busy weekend or week since the last week you were here, and we're really excited about it. We're super proud of all of the graduates that are coming through and making their own way and celebrating hard this weekend.
Yeah.
We had karaoke last night with Chris Curry, who is a local karaoke guy, and he kills it every time.
Did you sing?
I did not sing last night. If
okay.
I'm on the clock, I'm more than likely not going to sing. But if I'm off the clock, depending on,
How things go?
I might get on the stage and, maybe regret it the next day, but,
Because what was your go-to song that you got?
Oh, I don't have a go-to. The last one I did, though, was Jesse McCartney on my birthday, Beautiful Soul. And that was a good one.
That is a good one. It's a throwback to mid-2000s?
Yeah.
Late 2000s, something like that. So, but yeah, I know that, Thursdays, of course, we have a lot of specials that we have here at Tin Roof, and similar to what it was last week, but starting at 4, which is past 4, so now it's going to happen. You got a half-price appetizer. You got $2 off.
Yep, $2 off Wells and domestic drafts. And we're doing $5 Who's Your Natties, which is a Tito's Red Bull drink, and it's damn good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, all the people have come up to me, and they're like, hey, this is good. I mean, what, did you expect anything different? I mean, come on, it's Natty State Sports. You gotta have the great cocktail to go along with it. But
this is the only time that it's $5. Every other time that you come in, it'll be $7. So come in and get a little steal.
It's exactly what it is. It's exactly like that. It's a steal there too. But yeah, no, it's great being out here, and I know with the weather changing, and hopefully going to get more consistent, staying a little bit warmer, but. You guys are going to have a lot of activities going on, not only inside with the live music that you have, but also out here on the outdoor patio, too.
No, this weekend is going to be super fun. It's going to be hard to catch us without live music going on. So tonight we have a guy that recently, I believe he's from Memphis, but now he's in Bentonville. So he's, just a neighbor down the road, and he's awesome. He'll be on at 9 o'clock tonight downstairs, and then we'll have a DJ upstairs too. All of our DJs this weekend are all of our residential friend DJs who we know will really put on a good show. Mm-hmm. And then our Friday, Saturday night downstairs is one of my favorites because they're from the Lake of the Ozarks, and they have a saxophone in their band.
Oh, man.
And they just really, really, really bring the party. They are fun, and I mean, I'm just a sucker for a sax.
I'm gonna have to tell my buddy P. Steves because he's a big sax guy.
Bring him in.
Yeah, well, he's out putting roads down or something stupid like that. So I'll try to get him in here.
You should.
Too, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate you also. So did the guys over here, my guys I met last night, did they treat you well?
They did, and
okay,
they were modest. They went with the small beers instead of the tall beers, which was very
what
generous.
a bunch of great guys! They're class acts over there. Thank you for that. It was just always look good looking out. But no, we love coming out here. Obviously, this is just our second time here doing a live show at Tin Roof, but we're going to be out here every Thursday throughout the month of May, which is a lot of exciting time. But you mentioned graduation too. Man, sometimes I forget being back here in Fayetteville how crowded but also fun it is because everyone's celebrating that they're done with school. I'm still waiting for my graduation party to happen. So, but yeah,
well,
it's
have
awesome.
It here. We'll throw it for
trust me, I will. If after 7.5 years, 15 semesters, and not graduating, if I do graduate officially, I will have my party here. I'll make sure that happens.
Bet.
I just need help with Spanish. That's my only class I need left.
Do you need Spanish to graduate? I guess you
apparently,
do, don't you?
That's what they told me at the registrar office.
Yeah, no.
And apparently, you needed a GPA that was a certain. I got put on academic suspension.
That you do need.
Yeah, I got put on academic suspension my first year because 0.6 GPA is not good. And then it took me forever to get off of that.
Are you serious?
Yeah. 0.6. I know. It's I can't believe that. My parents were looking at me like, wow, this guy's going places.
I don't know how you get a 0.6, no offense.
Well, because I didn't know that you could withdraw from classes. Yeah, I thought you just had to take
it. That's your saving grace, yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's I didn't go, and it's I knew I wasn't going, so. But, I went through it, and you had to, because then I was on academic suspension, you can only take 9 hours, and you had to get over a 2.0 cumulative GPA. Well, it takes time, to go from 0.6 to cumulative, and then it finally got there, and then I got put on academic probation, where I could take 12 hours. And in my final year, my 7.5 year, 15th semester, finally got off probation.
Hey, okay. So you're making, you've got making strides, and there's potential for you.
Obviously, yeah. I said I'm not a graduate. I'm a retiree of the University of Arkansas.
Yeah.
So, but no, this is a great spot. Again, we love coming out here, and I know that the weather looked a little bit dicey there at first, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's perfect.
It feels so good out, and I'm so tired of all the storming we've had the last 10 days, 7 days, and so yeah, we're ready for the weekend.
Yeah, because the weekend not only do you have graduation going on, but you have Razorback baseball, Mississippi State, and also Mother's Day Saturday. Right?
Mother's Day Sunday.
Sunday,
yep.
I mean, right there. Yeah, you got to make sure that that's happening. And got to get my mom a gift. Got to get that done.
For sure.
So, but no, this is a great spot for everything. And I know it's going to be a busy weekend for y'all, but it's going to be a fun weekend. And we always enjoy coming out here and hanging out.
We're glad you guys are here.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about this partnership.
Yeah, me too. Me too, because it's really close to my house. And
it's convenient.
Yeah, I can come over here and hang out. And because I actually got a bunch of DMs when I was putting it on Instagram that this is where we're set up outside. There's people like, I didn't even realize that was back there. Like, there's some people that just don't realize it's this. Like, it's a sweet spot.
Yeah.
The TVs, you guys got TVs around here to watch the games. You got an actual full bar over here too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, this is the spot to be if you want to be outside on a patio or deck. I don't know what you guys call it.
For sure.
Exactly.
It's a little toned down. I understand. It's a little toned down in the wintertime. We had a tent that
I remember the tent.
We're going to do better next year with that. We didn't quite winterize as well as we wish we could have, but now we're ready for the next, 6, 7, 8 months.
Well, it's going to be awesome to come out here again through the month of May, and we'll be here every Thursday starting at 4. So, but yeah, we always appreciate it, Mallory. Anything else that you want to throw out to make sure what people? Here's what actually I meant to ask you this last week. I'm going to ask you now. If there's one thing that you can say why people need to come here to Tin Roof, what's your recruiting pitch? If you're sitting down with somebody and you're recruiting them, what are you going to say? Number one.
If you like live music, this is where you need to be. Like, obviously, George's, I'm not shaming George's at all, but, you go there for a band that you are ready to go see. Like, you're preparing for it. You buy tickets, you go.
Mm-hmm.
Here, if you just want to have a good night, enjoy live music, and really, feel the vibe that we throw out, like, I haven't seen another place in it. And I've lived in Fayetteville for 11 years, and bias aside, like, it's the spot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And the spot for karaoke, where you become the band.
Yeah, exactly.
That people can come
Featuring
out and see.
you.
Yeah, because that's what everybody wants to have happen. So, but yeah, we appreciate it. And again, we look forward to being out here next Thursday.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
All right. Also, I got to word this very carefully. So if any of you out here that are in the audience and will either also be making it here to Tin Roof before 6:30,
okay,
there will be a certain giveaway of a certain thing that we can't say exactly what it is, but you should know what it is because we teased it a little bit. It's a pair of something to a certain event that may or may not be happening this weekend. So if you want to have a chance to win said gift, there's the guy over here with the sunglasses and the is it blonde or red hair? What is it, blonde?
I think it's red.
See, that's
I
what
would have said red.
He's got
Sorry,
he's got a beard on. He's got the sand version of the Natty State shirts, which are on sale, by the way. Just go to him and give you your name, and we're going to have a random drawing for it at around 6:30. So if you
I
want
think you worded that perfectly.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't confusing at all. So, yeah, but we'll have you. So if you're not here yet, that's okay. You can still get your entries before 6:30, and we'll just randomize it, and we'll do that giveaway, and we'll make it happen. So, but you got to come to Tin Roof. You got to be present to win. You got to come hang out.
Come on.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with more of the John Nabors Show live from Tin Roof here on Dickson Street. So stay with us.
We not done yet either. So don't be satisfied because we not done.
Hey John, Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrats. I added two-parter if that's okay. You mentioned Arkansas. Eric.
Why do you always talk about Arkansas? But go ahead.
Well, why do you always talk about Kentucky?
You missed it. Okay, you missed it. You missed it. Just tell me you missed it. I'm not going to go there with you, Dave. Why not?
And that will be the last question I answer with that hat on.
Oh, shoot.
That is why Arkansas is fantastic.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't like the game, but I'm glad I was able to walk off the floor again and deep inside and have that funny feeling that, hey, one more time, Horns.
Best guys, I know it's a tough time for you. The coach is gone, but you got a new coach now, and you got to listen to what he says. Okay, I know you're thinking, oh, who is this new guy? Where's the other guy that crashed the motorcycle? We like him better. He was cool or whatever. Forget about all that. Listen to the new coach and get out there and win some games.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
You guys act like it's... Pick it up a little bit. Okay? Get your chin up. Smile. Smile. Okay? Dang, you guys, all right? If not, I'm not talking.
Big Red, so excited. Big Red. Oh.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
I was a teacher today. Told those boys, welcome to the SEC.
Well, Fayetteville is 1,843 miles away, but the call of the Hogs can be heard all the way to San Francisco.
I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potatoes. Go Hogs.
Powered by Arkansas, for Arkansas.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm gonna say Arkansas.
The John Nabors Show is live from the Natty State Sports Studios.
All right, welcome back into the John Nabors Show here live from Tin Roof on Dickson Street. We're going to be out here till 6 o'clock this afternoon. You can take in on some of the action, get to hang out with some of the Natty boys, if that's like what you're into. I don't know why you would, but you never know. For some reason, Curtis is the most popular one of us all. He always has people in the chat that's just like, where's Curtis? And they're just like, they get him jumping off the chat because they're like, if you don't get Curtis, we're done. We are walking. But yeah, Curtis is here too. So you can come meet him. Andrew's here. Branson's here too. Yeah, they're all here. No, you can come up, Mallory. It's totally fine. No one's going to see you at all. Let's see. I had somebody who was patiently holding. Thank you. Patiently holding on the phone lines. I really hope this is actually the name from the auto screen. Is it Johnny Smack? Is this who this is? Johnny Smack?
Your boy Johnny Smack, John.
Oh, boy. I can't wait to hear this. What's up, man?
Man, I called you a week or so ago. I'm hoping what I said has sunk in a little bit to you, and you've had a little time to think about it. But you remember when I was preaching Deion, baby?
Yeah, I do remember that. Boy, he's kind of gotten himself in hot water, hadn't he? Old Deion Sanders. Coach Prime, if you would.
Coach Prime. But, you know, I'm wondering, these are just small things that you can get over, right? In order to be able to build this football program, we're going to have the money thrown at it. And I believe that he's the man that can bring it in. He can get the recruits here. We get the Procter & Gamble, Unilever, PepsiCo, Nestle, Walmart
Pepsi.
supplier dollars, such like FedEx did to Memphis, and here we go.
Man, you make it sound so easy. Just Deion Sanders and Procter & Gamble and Pepsi, and then boom, national championship. Sign it up. I think it's a little bit. Listen, I'm not saying that the NIL is not obviously very important, but I mean, there's got to be more to it too. Because I mean, listen, I could be the head coach, and I think if I was given a lot of NIL money, I bet you I could at least sign maybe a 5-star, maybe. I think I could. And that would be about as far as I go because I know nothing else. You got to be able to coach. You got to be able to have the staff together. You got to be able to build them up. You got to be able to win and be not only in-game coaching and out-of-game coaching and everything, but it's just the sample size we have of Deion Sanders. I have no problem with Deion, but the sample size we have isn't exactly a great one. He went 4-8 this past year. And also, do you want a coach that's going after and like tweeting stuff and making jokes like this guy was to former players? And I don't know. It's just not something that I'm into. The last coach that Arkansas had that was tweeting at like fans and stuff was Brett Bielema because he had one too many Tito's at night and he was going after Wisconsin fans. Like, I just don't want that. That's not a good vibe.
Well, we can put him in a little bit of a box, but what we're going to do is, you know, get the money. That's a major step. I don't see anybody else that can come in and overcome bringing in big NIL money. He's the one that can do it. He's the one that's promotable. We can bring in the coaches and all of the other stuff, step 2, 3, 4. But, you know, we're gonna win 8-9 games this year. our man Sam that we love is going to sail off to Lake Hamilton, and we're going to be on a coaching search, and here we go.
Well, hold
Deion,
on,
baby.
hold on a second. You said that Arkansas is going to win 8 to 9 games this year?
Whatever way it's got to go for Sam to sail off, John.
Okay. Well, I mean, if he wins 8 or 9 games, then you think that gives him a more likely chance that he would come back than going like 4-8 and 5 or 7? Like,
do I need to be rooting for us to do bad, John? Is that what you're trying to talk me into?
well, no, I'm just saying you got to weigh out. I mean, listen, there's been times where I rooted for certain coaches to not do badly, but I wouldn't be mad if they did. It's just a matter of what means more to you. Do you want to have the means to an end of getting rid of Sam Pitman, or do you want the team to do good to where Sam Pitman then returns?
Well, it's all out of my control. I'm going to root for the Hogs the best I can, and I think eventually Sam is not going to be there, and the next step is Deion next year. Here we go.
All right. Well, I appreciate you sticking with it. That's we got one person clapping for Deion Sanders out there in the audience, so maybe it'll happen, man. But if it does happen, though, Johnny Smacks, I'll give you all the credit in the world, and I'll say that you were the first one to say it. So I will give you credit if it ends up happening.
Let's go. Go Hogs. See you, man.
There it is. Okay, now we got more people clapping for Johnny Smacks. So, yeah, they must have really loved the take there. But, yeah, I do remember Johnny Smacks talking about Deion Sanders or Coach Prime or whatever you want to say. And it's like, okay, but, I mean, him and Sam Pitman had the same record last year. All right? They both went 4-8. So, yes, I think Deion Sanders has got a lot of allure. I think he can bring in a lot of recruits, but he also had a lot of players leave. And I don't know, after hearing that terrible song that his son put out in a rap song or whatever, that took me back to like the SoundCloud days when everyone thought that they could be the next big thing. It was brutal. So, I don't know. I just think that if you want a football coach and you want to succeed at the highest level, you got to be having guys that can actually put things together and be ones that can be leaders of men and be organized and all of that. So maybe that's just me. So, all right, let's see. A few people here in the chat also. Porkenstein says, John was definitely in Animal House. Where'd that come from? I don't know what that means. I guess from my college career. No, I wasn't. I wasn't even that great at that. Like, I wasn't even cool. It's like, you think like I'm Van Wilder because I went 7.5 years, but I was more like Tommy Boy. Let's see. Chantel says, it's a long message here, says, my daughter is 23, and she has been a Razorback fan since she was 12. She knows everything about football, basketball, and baseball. John, she has watched you since she found you on YouTube last year, and she follows all of you guys at Natty State. Just want to say thank you for what you do. Hey, that's really nice. Thank you, Chantel. And it's also kind of showing my age, though. It's like no, okay, I see what you're saying. 23 years old. Hey, listen, we do things on the YouTubes, and nobody does it better than us. Nobody. Okay, I'm already seeing all these terrible moments that people are listing in the chat. I'm not doing those anymore. Like, this needs to be a positive vibe show. We don't need to go back and be like, man, what happened this time against that team? And, we should have done this and that. No, we don't need that. We don't need that at all. But also, everyone's talking about Deion being the next coach. It's not happening. The worst thing that ever happened in that whole situation is when Hunter Yurachek actually legitimately interviewed Deion Sanders before they hired Sam Pitman. And that because of that little thing, everyone just was like, oh, man, Deion, he wanted to be a Razorback. You think Deion gives 2 rips about the state of Arkansas? You think he bleeds that Razorback red that you always are a big fan of? And you think he's going to be up there like the Houston Nut and, yelling about there's a lot of Lions, Tigers, and Bears, but there's only one Razorback. You're not going to hear that from Deion Sanders. In fact, people were all upset because John Calipari didn't call the Hogs immediately at his press conference. You think Deion Sanders is going to get up and call the Hogs? You think that's something he would do? Please. So, yeah, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Jeez, people are so rude about things. Yeah, no, I'm not answering that one. Let's see. Robert's already saying, hey, we got to fire a coach and bring in Dabo Sweeney. That would solve things. Yeah, yep. We got one guy out here saying Dabo. Dabo's the man. I did see the thing. He had 0 transfers coming into his program this year, and he lost like 20. I don't feel like that math adds up. So maybe Dabo's looking for a change. we'll say this, and I'm not trying to be insulting at all, but you talked about the modern day of NIL and what it would mean. When you have a coach like Dabo saying that they're NIL, they're the name, image, and likeness of God, I'm like, you know what? Listen, that's great in principle, but that's not going to that's not what's going to help you get third down conversions. You know, it's not. You got to get the players to come along with it too. So, yeah, don't worry about that. We'll get to more of your chats too. I know we got some phone calls we'll try to get to here in just a little bit, but I want to remind everybody about some of the great things that we have going on here. Of course, in Natty State, as we're live at Tin Roof here on Dickson Street, but there is this new thing called Bro Throw. You've heard me talk about it, and I know with Bro Throw, it is something a lot of you have tried out, and I even tried it out for the first time, looking into all the different bets that you can make when it comes to the web app here. And I went up against Brady, who is the founder of Bro Throw, and I was able to win last night because it's so easy to do where you jump into a community and you start seeing about the bets that people are making of your community. And, hey, someone's feeling about, oh, well, I like this team at 2.5 tonight. Well, if you want to go up against them, you can go the other way. Oh, they like them at -2.5. You can go +2.5, go up against each other, put the money down, and see who wins. And then because of that, it makes it so easy to have it access over to your different money accounts like Venmo, Cash App. It connects directly to that so you can settle up that way. And whenever you do look through the web app of brothrow.com, it's super simple and clean, easy to use, which I know is always something that we always want to have when it comes to any of our web apps. But you got to check it out when it comes to all things sports betting. It is a lot of fun, and we have one here. And if you just go to brothrow.com/natty, that's brothrow.com/natty, N-A-T-T-Y. You can also enter in code natty if you want to do it that way too. But no matter what it is, make sure you do it with your sports betting and making it fun with Bro Throw, official partner here of Natty State Sports. And we are going to keep it moving here on the John Nabors Show because we have a few things that we'll get into. I know comments and everything, but we're going to take a break. We'll come back with a lot more. So stay with us as we are live from Tin Roof right here on Dickson Street. Come on out and see us.
We not done yet either. So don't be satisfied because we not done.
Hey John, Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrats. I added two-parter if that's okay. You mentioned Arkansas. Eric.
Why do you always talk about Arkansas? But go ahead.
Well, why do you always talk about Kentucky?
You missed it. You missed it. You missed it. Just tell me you missed it. I'm not going to go there with you today. Why not?
And that will be the last question I answer with that hat on.
Oh, shoot.
That is why Arkansas is fantastic.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I didn't like the game, but I'm glad I was able to walk off the floor again and deep inside and have that funny feeling that, hey, one more time, Horns.
Best guys. I know it's a tough time for you. The coach is gone, but you got a new coach now, and you got to listen to what he says. Okay, I know you're thinking, oh, who is this new guy? Where's the other guy that crashed the motorcycle? We like him better. He was cool or whatever. Forget about all that. Listen to the new coach and get out there and win some games.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
You guys act like it's... Pick it up a little bit. Okay? Get your chin up. Smile. Smile. Okay? Dang, you guys, all right? If not, I'm not talking.
Big Red, so excited. Big Red. Oh.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
I was a teacher today. Told those boys, welcome to the SEC.
Well, Fayetteville is 1,843 miles away, but the call of the Hawks can be heard all the way to San Francisco.
I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potatoes. Go Hawks.
Powered by Arkansas, for Arkansas.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm gonna say Arkansas.
The John Nabors Show is live from the Natty State Sports Studios.
All right, welcome back into the John Nabors Show here live from Natty State Sports Studios, which is Tin Roof, because this is our studio. We're the traveling band over here, and we're at Tin Roof on Dickson Street, so come on out. And For those of you who are looking into the camera and you're like, okay, so who's this next guest that John has? Is he a player of the Razorback football team? Is he a former great? Is he a Heisman Trophy winner? His name's Will, and he's just wanted to ask a question. So I decided to bring him up there. So what's up, Will? All right, go ahead. Hold on. I can do this again. Do it again. There you go.
Hey, John.
Now you're good.
Oh, there we
All
go.
right. Yeah, microphones and buttons. It's pretty difficult and pretty complicated. So, well, appreciate you and the I don't know what I don't want to call them the group, the posse, the fellas. I don't know, whatever. But appreciate you guys coming out anyways. So, what is your question that you have that you wanted to drop?
Yeah, I just wanted a floor and a ceiling for the football team next year.
Floor and a ceiling. You're talking about wins.
Wins, yeah.
Okay, I will say that the floor for this team is going to be at the really, really solid showing of 4-8. Now, the ceiling, however, 8-4.
8-4?
8-4.
I would take 8-4.
I think everybody would take 8-4. If anybody's mad about 8-4 for this Razorback football team, considering what happened this past season, then I don't know what to do. Your buddy's signaling this over here. I don't know what is he talking about basketball? Like he's okay. Okay. Well, man, they don't even got the roster assembled yet fully. But, I mean, 28 wins. Easily. 28 wins. Yeah. Because, listen, I mean, you could roll out I guess 7 players is what they have now. You roll those guys out, and they'll win. I'm telling you right now, if they lose to Vanderbilt, I'm going to be pissed. Like, I'm tired of that. But, anyways, what's your feelings on the football season then? What's your floor? What's your ceiling?
My floor, I would go with 4 wins.
Okay.
Ceiling, I would agree and say 8.
Okay.
But I think most likely
in the middle,
6 or 7.
Okay.
6 wins and we beat Mizzou, and I'm a happy camper.
Okay. I think I'd be pretty happy with that. So that's the number 1 team you want to beat this year?
I want to beat Mizzou, yeah. I'm from Missouri.
Let's clarify, because people are like, Missouri ain't no rival. It's like, yeah, I know, but you got a reason why, because you're from Missouri, from the Kansas City area, so that makes sense. It's also a really annoying game that Arkansas doesn't need to lose as much as they do.
No.
So, and Missouri fans love me. I mean, they put me in their hype video after Arkansas lost to them this past year, because literally Missouri fans are too stupid to understand that when you are a better team overall, sometimes you get upset by not as good teams. And then when that happens, it's very frustrating. I know that's crazy, but that was the whole concept there. So, okay, you got 6 wins, beating Missouri, and you're good to go.
And I'm good, yeah.
So you got to say where the other 6 wins come, or the other 5 wins, I guess, would come from.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here without the schedule.
Well, let's just go ahead and say that they beat UAPB.
Okay.
And they have the other 3 non-conference games, or the other 2 that don't matter. They beat Oklahoma State second week on the road.
Yes.
Okay. So you got that one. Now you're up to 5. Yeah, 5 wins.
5 wins.
So you need 1 more. Any SEC team that the Arkansas is scheduling? Your buddies are
Texas, baby.
Yep. Wouldn't that be the stupidest year of all time? They went 6-6 and they beat Oklahoma State, Texas, and Missouri. Like, that would be pretty fitting. It'd be pretty on par for everything. Because I think Texas is the 3rd to last game of the season that's there. So, all right. So 6 wins.
6 wins.
Beat Texas and Missouri.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You a baseball fan too?
Oh, yeah.
So, how you feel about this weekend?
I feel good about this weekend. Take care of business. And then next weekend, pick up 1 at least. And I'm feeling good.
Okay. So as long as they get to the point to where they win this series and pick up 1 next week, you'll feel good about it.
Yeah. Get the bats coming back a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to be at the games this weekend?
No, I'm graduating, so I can't make it.
What are you graduating with? Like, what's your major?
Accounting.
That sounds boring. That is so, no offense, but that is like balls deep in boredom. I feel like with all the numbers and everything. But no, but congratulations, though. Graduating and I hear accounting is something that's necessary and needed in life, and you can make a really good living out of it. So
yeah, that's what they say.
Mm-hmm. So how long did it take you? 4 years?
5.
5. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I took that extra.
Yeah. Is all your buddies over there graduating?
Yeah.
Are they accounting people too?
There's one of them back there.
There's another accounting guy. Are any of you engineers? Thank goodness. All my friends are engineers, and I think accounting's boring. We try listening to them talk about concrete. Like, want to die every time I hear it. But yeah, well, good, man. Congratulations. You got a job lined up. You're gonna be, where are you?
Moving back to Kansas City. Yeah.
Okay, so you want to go back to Kansas City?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. What's your favorite? Well, okay, since you're a Kansas City guy, this question I'm sure you get asked a lot. Barbecue. What's the go-to? What's the number one? What's your favorite spot?
I'm a Joe's guy.
Okay, I like Joe's. I don't judge. Q39 I liked when I was
Q39's good.
Okay, as long as
I think it's too nice though. Like I kind of want to go in and have like a, I don't know. It's got too nice of an atmosphere. I want like a
barbecue joint should never be too nice.
Yeah, that's my only thing with Q39.
Yeah, it's like it needs to. It's going to be messy no matter what, because I think barbecue needs to. If you're not messy when you're eating your barbecue, I think you're doing it wrong. So, yeah, I could see that. I don't know, because I've been there. I've been to Joe's, as you mentioned. I've been to Jack Stack.
Yep.
Kind of. I went to what was the other place? Is it Gates? It's almost like the fast food version.
Yeah, they
man.
yell at you as soon as you walk in.
Man, yeah, I was not ready for that. I was not mentally prepared. Is it Arthur Bryant's? Is that one too?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Is there any other ones I'm missing? Because I wanted to make sure.
Slaps is a newer one. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the Kansas side, but it's good.
Okay, I've tried that. My sister-in-law is from Kansas City. Well, at least Summit. And every time we've gone up there, she's had to get some barbecue spots. So I have to look that up. So, all right. Any other questions that you have? No, is this all you want to do? So, all right, man. Well, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on graduating.
Thanks.
And being a Grant County. Yeah, your boys over there clapping for you. So, there you have it. So, appreciate Will coming up and asking a question. I mean, this is just the type of things that when you come out to Tin Roof, like you yourself, you could be you next. You could have a chance to come on and ask a question out here, too. So, let's see. Okay. This should be interesting, and I really hope this is actually true. But a guy named Darren here on our chat says, my mom is sitting in your crowd at Tin Roof. She's visiting Fayetteville with her family for Mother's Day. Can you give her a shout out? Her name is Jennifer, and wish her a happy Mother's Day. Jennifer, are you in us? Ah, there she is. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, look at that. Man, from Darren Harder coming in. Man, making some connections there. So, yes, happy Mother's Day, and great time to come into Fayetteville. Appreciate you coming out to Tin Roof. Absolutely. Cool. So there you go. You're going to be I'm assuming, is this your son, Darren? Okay, just making sure. All right. Well, your favorite son for at least another day, if that's the case. And I always want to ask. You never know these days. Never want to get put myself in a really tough position. But let's see. Well, there was a phone call, but we got out of there and ended up hanging up. On that too. Aiden says, can we go back to whipping LSU? I mean, sure. Why not? I mean, you want to beat LSU? That's fine. I'll beat LSU. You can beat LSU. Let's see. Also, everyone's talking. Now there were people arguing about Dabo being the head coach at Arkansas. Good work there. So Branson just texted me, and I meant to bring this up. Shout out to our guy Jordan Wright of Wright's Barbecue, as they are I guess it was made official today, the #1 barbecue joint in, is it the country? Right? Yeah, according to Yelp, which Yelp's a pretty big app, and we are good friends with the Wrights, and Jordan Wright's a good dude, so shout out to him, and well-deserved too, because their barbecue is pretty amazing. So, yeah, wanted to give him a shout out too. And then there's another chat that I wanted to bring up here. Oh, yeah. So we had somebody, I think it was Wes, was asking about what's in the Hoosier Natty. Mallory, it's watermelon Red Bull, Tito's vodka, grenadine, and lime juice. Yeah, is exactly right. Okay. Don't ask me for the parts, because I'm not going to know what that means. But, yeah, that's what's in it. And also they throw in a little extra, bit of greatness in there. That's one of the ingredients is greatness, so that's why you have to get it. Cool. So that's what it is. And it's pretty amazing, pretty popular. It's red, for what we got going on. Also love this hog tub time machine. Perfect. Says, can we take a second and just realize all Sam Pitman did for the football program? He's a hog through and through, plus he's still learning. Well, there's a positive spin there for Sam Pitman. No, I think that there's a way that you can have it both ways when it comes to the football program. You can appreciate a coach for what they did and maybe where they got you, or maybe moments that they had or seasons that they had, but also feeling like you have rights to be critical or rights to feel that things aren't where they need to be or where they should be. It doesn't have to be so extreme one way or the other. It can be, it could be however you want it to be. I've always felt like with Sam Pitman and what he's done at Arkansas, like taking over the job, and the fact that they had 9 wins in his second season and was, I don't say really close, but, they gave Alabama all they wanted on the road that year and lost by a touchdown. They had the crazy back and forth against Ole Miss where KJ Jefferson had like 6 touchdowns, and they went for the 2-point conversion and ended up losing because they fell short there. The Georgia game wasn't close. That was pretty rough. But the point is like that was a season where it kind of showed how Sam Pitman as a head coach is capable of being able to make all the right moves and put things in place. And he always gave a lot of love to the staff and to the coaches and to the players. And that should have been when we were talking about moments that really stood out to us the most about Razorback football. I will say that when Arkansas beat Texas and they rushed the field, that was a great moment for many reasons. It was one of the first times that Arkansas had actually beaten a decent opponent in a long time. It was post-COVID season, so you actually had a full place there. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the first time under the new renovations that actually Razorback Stadium was full. Because they had the new renovations when Chad Morris was there, and you couldn't give tickets away. I think the old joke is that if you left 2 tickets for free in your mailbox for someone to pick up, you get back and there was 4 tickets in there because people just did not want to go to games. So it was that moment, and because it had been so long, and because it was Texas, but that was just a cool year, cool season, and things just haven't gone the way they should have, and it's frustrating. I get it, but yeah, I think it was Joe Tessitore was on the call for that game. And was talking about, why everybody's rushing the field against the number 15 team. And his most Joe Tessitore way, you want to know why? Because rivalries matter in college football. But yeah, that was a cool moment. But the point is that you can still be critical, you can still be appreciative, and you can still move on from something where if a coach loves Arkansas, which I don't think anybody can discredit Sam Pitman for that. Like, he does love Arkansas. He loves everything about Arkansas. But at the end of the day, you got to win. And that's why this is a big year for Sam Pitman. And they know the expectation. They know what they're up against. And I was trying to think, really, of all the coaches on campus, it's like Sam Pitman and Mike Nabors are really the only ones that are kind of, needing this next season. Felt almost bad for him when the Calipari hiring happened in the press conference. And I don't even know why they did this. It's like this would be PR, because I remember it was Chuck Barrett was kind of doing the emceeing in the beginning, and just like, oh, we're going to acknowledge some people in the crowd and want to make sure that hold your applause till the very end, which never going to happen. They acknowledge all these coaches, and certain coaches got a lot more applause than the others. I felt bad for Pitman and Nabors. They were just like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't make it worse than what it needs to be. Wanda Bread says, what realistic expectation for football this year for fans to be happy? I think it should be making a bowl game. Yeah, I think if you make a bowl game, I don't know if it's happy is the right term. It's just been like satisfied, content. Like, just avoid Memphis at all possible. The Liberty Bowl sucks, and I'm sick and tired of going there. Like, as long as it's not the Liberty Bowl. Like, go to Birmingham. Don't go to Birmingham. Houston, Texas Bowl. Let's do that one. But, yes, if you go to a bowl game, I think people will at least be okay with the things moving forward. Bojangles the Fifth. I don't know where you guys get these names. Starting a petition to bring Bubba Hogg back. Bubba Hogg was the guy that took his shirt off and doing all that. Oh, yeah. Well, listen, Bubba Hogg, I remember him when he was becoming the Bubba Hogg, the blue hat, the guy that had I don't even know what you want to call it, the jorts, cut off jorts. It was so funny because everyone saw him. It was like, oh, this drunk, big old college guy. He's like, well, yeah, but he's actually going to law school and ended up being a lawyer. So, yeah. Just have somebody bring it back. But they got to start playing NFL today in that song, too. Another question comes in, says, how many seasons before Petrino abandons the team in the middle of the night? Yeah, because that's happened so often. Yeah, that needs to be put to rest for people who think that that's like, oh, Petrino's just a job hopper. There was a stretch there where, yeah, he went from, he was Auburn offensive coordinator, then became the Louisville head coach. And there was that story about him trying to undermine or jump to being the head coach of Auburn behind Tommy Tuberville or whatever. And then when he was at Louisville, he went to Atlanta. Yes, he went 3-10 and left in the middle of the season, in the middle of the night, to go back to Arkansas. But since then, that's like the only time he left. So I don't know where the people keep bringing up job hopping for Petrino. And also, who cares? He's the offensive coordinator. Hayden, who was here last week at Tin Roof. I don't know where you're at, Hayden, now. When you're in the chat, you should be here. Says, let's talk about a real Arkansas sport now. Hagan needs 25 strikeouts for the Arkansas career record and 30 for a single season. I think he gets it. He's going to get at least like 15 this Friday, and then he gets 15 next Friday, and call it good. It's pretty incredible to see what he's been able to do, though, and just, we all know that he's been really good, but man, to be as consistent as he's been and the way that he's been able to do it has been impressive. And finally, people are really all up in arms about the NIL. Jonathan says, not going to be able to actually compete with the halves of college football without the talent. Can't get the talent without big NIL. Can't get the big NIL without Deion. Only he could pull corporate NIL. Could you really think that that's as simple as that? Like, you really think it's just like, oh, no, like he's got all the players that he needs in the NIL to be fine. Be totally fine. Come on now. You need more than that. We all know you need more than that. All right. Well, we're going to take our final break here as we're live from Tin Roof here on Dickson Street. So come out and see us again. The weather is perfect outside. And I know we got a lot of things to talk about here in the final segment. A little, hey, did y'all see this? And we'll close up shop and keep the party moving and going here at Tin Roof on Dickson Street. So come on out, and we'll take our final break and come back with John Nabors' show here live from the Tin Roof on Dickson. So stay with us.
We not done yet either. So don't be satisfied because we not done.
Hey John, Bob Polt, Arkansas Democrats. I added two-parter if that's okay. You mentioned Arkansas. Eric.
Why do you always talk about Arkansas? But go ahead.
Well, why do you always talk about Kentucky?
You missed it. You missed it. You missed it. Just tell me you missed it. I'm not going to go there with you, Dave. Why not?
And that will be the last question I answer with that hat on.
Oh, shoot.
That is why Arkansas is fantastic.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I didn't like the game, but I'm glad I was able to walk off the floor again and deep inside and have that funny feeling that, hey, one more time, Horns.
Best guys, I know it's a tough time for you. The coach is gone, but you got a new coach now, and you got to listen to what he says. Okay, I know you're thinking, oh, who is this new guy? Where's the other guy that crashed the motorcycle? We like him better. He was cool or whatever. Forget about all that. Listen to the new coach and get out there and win some games.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. You guys act like it's... Pick it up a little bit. Okay? Get your chin up. Smile. Smile. Okay? Dang, you guys, all right? If not, I'm not talking.
Big Red, so excited. Big Red. Oh.
Guys, I got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
I was a teacher today. Told those boys, welcome to the SEC.
Well, Fayetteville is 1,843 miles away, but the call of the Hogs can be heard all the way to San Francisco.
Well, stick my dick in the mashed potatoes. Go Hogs.
Powered by Arkansas, for Arkansas.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
The John Nabors Show is live from the Natty State Sports Studios.
All right, final segment here on the John Nabors Show. Here live from Tin Roof here on Dickson Street. Appreciate everybody hanging out and listening in. By the way, that giveaway, remember, folks, the giveaway that we're going to be doing here in a little bit. You got to go and talk to Branson over there with his beard and his shirt. Just give him the name. And, yeah, just give him the name, and it'll be okay. So, but, yeah, Mallory, I got you back on now. I'm going to get these microphones figured out. I keep hitting the wrong button. Thinking I got it, thinking I nailed it, and it just doesn't happen. So we're here at Tin Roof, and Mallory is the general manager, right?
Assistant general manager.
Trying to hype you
Quit
up.
doing this to me.
I know. But you had a question that you've done this twice in a row now. Last week you had a question that you wanted to ask me, and then you didn't because you forgot after the show was over.
Oh,
and
that
then
was
this
a
time,
good question too, actually.
So
yeah.
you have 2 questions built
Sure.
in because you did the
Sure.
same thing today. Okay, so you got 2 in the chamber. So hit us.
Okay, so what I was going to ask last week.
Okay.
If you could sit down and talk to any Arkansas affiliate, whether it's a coach or a player, dead or alive, who would you want to sit down and have like a steak dinner and a glass of wine with? It doesn't have to even be, it's not your show. Just like, who would you want to like really shoot the shit with?
And you're talking about on Arkansas related.
Yeah, Arkansas for sure.
Jerry Jones, I think would be my number 1. Sean Daly.
Yeah.
He would be pretty good. I was trying to think of like who all is like actual like.
And what would you talk about? Or what would you?
I talked to Jerry about, man, there'd be a lot of questions I'd have. Just be like, what's it like being you?
Yeah, sure.
Like what's the day in the life of Jerry Jones, even though he's like 80 something and still pulls, still has a lot of good stuff going on, has a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I'd probably ask him about that. And I mean, John Daly, that'd be just, I don't even know if I'd have to ask any questions. I think John Daly would just take care of it.
I think that's attainable. I think that you shouldn't give up on that.
I can be, yeah. Trying to get John Daly Jr. out here, but apparently he's too busy or something. I don't know, whatever. But no, we'll make that happen.
We'll find you.
Yeah, we'll make that happen. So, I would say those. I'm trying to think because I think I got asked this before, and I also like, just to be honest, Frank Broyles, because of like how much he was involved with the college sports landscape, and just like questions like, hey, how were they named the assistant coach of the year in football after him because of how many great assistants he always hired. So I'm like, all right, so what was your formula in like hiring assistants? So Frank Broyles, I think, would be good.
I took care of his son's family at Springdale Country Club a few years ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, he's got a pretty large family too. Yeah, I went to school with shout out Jake Arnold. It's one of his grandsons. So and Franco Broyles was the other one who went to Fayetteville High School. So, but yeah, so I'd say
I think that's who it was. I don't remember.
Franco?
I don't know.
Sounds right. Probably is.
Yeah.
So okay, those would be the ones. And what was your other question?
Okay. So if your life depended on it and you had to give this answer full throttle, what seed do you think Arkansas basketball will land this season with Coach Cal? Even though there's a lot of variables not yet in place and we have some questions not yet answered, but what do you think?
Well, we're getting hand signals for some says 3, some says 4. Honestly, I'm going to say 2.
Hey, okay, I love it.
I'm going to say 2 seed because I feel like, and I'm sure I'm totally wrong about this because I know nothing about the game of basketball, but I feel like this season the SEC is not going to be as good. There's going to be some teams that might be pretty good.
We just shook up the SEC. So,
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And I think you're going to have like the run of the mill. Like you're going to have Bama. It's going to be like Bama, Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is going to be good because Chris Beard, I think, is doing some good stuff there. Tennessee's always going to be pretty solid. And then Arkansas, I think it's kind of going to go between those 4 teams. Yeah. And I think Arkansas is going to have just as much, maybe more talent than what those teams have. So, yeah, I'll say 2 seed.
Oh, yeah. I thought the same thing for this season. So.
Well, yeah. Well, I thought that this was a team that could go to the Final Four.
Yeah,
and,
no doubt.
They did not. They did not make it there. So, but, yeah. If they get a 1 seed, I don't even know what I'd do with myself. Like, that would be you win in the SEC, winning 30-plus games, all of that. Yeah, that would be big time.
We're going to be throwing a party when that's the case.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Look at this. We got people hanging out over here blocking up traffic. Come on now. So, but no, I was telling everybody about this great space that you guys have outside, which, again, a lot of people didn't even realize that it existed. But it's like you got this big screen TV. I wish you could show you that on the camera, but big screen
solid
TV
LED
over here.
screen that we can play whatever's going on.
Yeah, and then you have the bar over here, and then you got 2 TVs above the bar. You got a TV over there on the side of the wall from that. So, yeah, this is a great spot. And you guys do outdoor concerts, too.
Yeah, we haven't had a full band out here since in probably about a year, and there's not really any reasons to that. We lately have just kind of been carrying on with a second DJ out here to kind of clear some volume that we have upstairs and bring some of the people that hang out upstairs outside and give, everybody a little bit more space.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm all for having more bands out here. So, yeah, it's happened, and we'll do it again.
Yeah, keep that moving. Keep that moving. By the way, Hayden on chat says, Scotty and Curtis are hollering at John right now because the SEC is going to be so good next year. I mean, who are you going to believe, me or Curtis and Scotty, who talk about basketball all the time? It's like, whose judgment are you going to trust on that one? That's all I'm saying. Also, people saying 4 seed. I think if they're anything lower than a 4 seed, I'm going to be pretty disappointed.
I agree.
Yeah.
I have extreme hopes.
I got thumbs up from Curtis on that one. So where are you on that one, Hayden? Yeah, he agreed with me on that one. So, yeah, anything less than a 4 seed, which is so absurd, but it's kind of cool that that's the case.
It's really
of, like,
cool. I'm so excited.
Yeah, because, we were talking about an article that we got written about Cal, and I know we talked about how he was walking around on Dickson Street and was seen. Apparently, he's staying on Dickson Street right now.
What do you mean?
He's like literally living there with him and his son, Brad. They're living, and I think it's up there.
Yeah, I've been in that building. It's really sweet.
Yeah, well,
I've been in like a penthouse up there.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty sweet place to be.
I'm doing my big time Big J journalism investigative reporting here. But I'm just saying, I got one of my good friends, Todd Ross. He owns the top of that over at the Dickson.
Okay.
He owns the entire top floor. He has gone on vacation to Italy with his wife and has been. I think that he's staying up there.
So he's living vicariously over there, watching what we're doing over here at 10 Roof.
Totally. I was like, we were trying to see if we saw somebody walk out there on the top floor, and then just flip us the bird or something. Like, there he is. There's Cal.
That would be so cool.
I know. I would love to get flipped off by John Calipari. That'd be my life goal. Up there. But I think that's where he's at. So we got to get him down here to Tin Roof.
That's the plan. Yeah, let's keep working on that.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you, Todd, hey, give me the little digits and to get inside.
I
got to use the bathroom.
An immediate connection. So, maybe.
Yeah, I could do that. Probably not. I feel like it's probably got armed guards outside, waiting on them too. So, but yeah, we just got a few minutes left here too. And again, the specials go on throughout the rest of the night, right? For y'all, or is it?
So yeah, happy hour ends at 7,
right?
And so that includes half off appetizers, cheap Wells and domestic beers, and cheap Who's Your Natties. So if you want to save some bucks on a very solid cocktail, get over here.
What was the reception over the weekend about Who's Your Natty?
Oh, we sold so many of them. Yeah, they're a hit. They're a hit.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
They're refreshing. They're delicious.
Listen, I never thought I'd get to the point to where I'd be able to say that I have a company that has a drink named after them.
Well, you made
I
it.
I don't know what else I can really accomplish from the rest of my time out. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. So, the Who's Your Natty, which I think it's grown on me. The name was a little bit dicey in the beginning.
We had some ideas, but ultimately this is what we landed on, and let's just push it.
Yeah, let's just roll with it. Yeah. I'm still trying to say it's because of Toby Keith.
Oh yeah, that's right.
R.I.P.
You did say that.
So but I don't know if he was a Tito's watermelon Red Bull guy, but you know what? He's probably he probably loved the drink.
Oh, I'm sure.
If he was around, he probably loved the drink.
For him.
That's right. Do that. Seeing that and then I lost my train of thought because there's another player or another person I was going to think about that you said I could interview or talk with from that was connected with Arkansas that I'd love to sit down with and discuss things. I don't know. I'd like to get down to the. Oh, I got one. Oh yeah, no. Jessica Durrell.
I don't know who that is.
So Jessica Durrell was the mistress of Bobby Petrino.
Oh, yeah. So that was
the volleyball player.
A year before I moved here.
So, that technically counts. She played at Arkansas in volleyball. I would love to talk to her.
Yeah.
And just be like, why? Why did you do this?
Yeah.
What did we do to you? Listen, I know.
It wasn't just her.
Trust me, I know. But it's why did you have to be the one that got on the motorcycle? Why did you have to, I don't know, just be you? It's not been the same.
Yeah.
But that's my other one.
Okay.
Is that a good one?
I think so.
Yeah. It's either that or, I guess I don't think we're ever going to hear from her ever again. And part of me also wants to talk to Chad Morris just to be like, did you really think it, what made you so terrible?
I think that was
where'd that go?
What year? That was the end of undergrad.
I don't know.
I think.
I've literally deleted it from my mind.
Yeah.
It was rough. I just want to know what possessed him to be so terrible. You have to try to be that bad. I think I could have gone out and won 4 games in 2 seasons. I think I could have.
Maybe one day we'll see.
No, we don't need to see that. I don't want to see. I'd rather have the money. He stole money from the U of A.
Yeah.
That was a great gig. for him. But, yeah, so, yeah, there we go. Jessica Durrell and Chad Morris.
Okay.
Definitely want to talk to them about it, too. So.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, no. Again, you got to keep coming up with these good questions each and every time that you come on. So,
all right.
Yeah, we're just about wrapped up here. Tin Roof, coming out here. It's been a great time. It's been a fun time. Weather held out.
It did. It feels so good out here.
It's perfect.
Come join us.
Yeah, it's perfect. So the patio's open. Sam over here is rocking the bar, getting everybody taken care of and everything, too. I know his assortment of shirts are pretty impressive. I
know. I love it.
Yeah, it's the good vibe shirt, but every single time I see him, I'm like, where do you get these things? Like, I don't even know where it comes from, but it's a good vibe to have, though. It's a good vibe and shirt. So
keep it up, Sam.
Yep, that's right. So come on out, folks, and again, we're gonna keep it moving here. We'll be back here next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Excited about that, and every Thursday for the month of May. So come see us. So that'll do it for us here at the John Nabors Show, live from Tin Roof. For Mallory, Assistant General Manager.
Thank
right?
you. You got it right.
Okay. Keep wanting to say the assistant to the general manager.
I know.
From the Office reference, but either way, it's great. Come out and see us, folks. Appreciate everybody showing up. Appreciate everybody hanging out. We're going to keep it moving. It'll be same sports show, same sports channel, live, Natty State Sports, the John Nabors Show. We'll talk to you all then. Have a great rest of your afternoon, folks. We'll see you out here at Tin Roof.